to get down to the bottom of how the fire actually started.
Daniel says no firefighters suffered injuries in the incident. Graham Carroll, 95.5 WSB.
It is 33 degrees right now in Midtown Atlanta. WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards says the sun comes out this afternoon, but we won't get much of a warm-up. The high sitting in the low 40s today. We could warm, though, all the way into the 60s leading into the weekend. Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast is coming up. Well, from DeKalb County to Gwinnett, where the public is invited to an event tonight to honor a police officer killed over the weekend in a shooting at a Stone Mountain hotel, and a second officer who's recovering after being shot in the face in that same attack. The candlelight vigil for Pradeep Tamang and David Reed starts at 7 p.m. at Cross Point Church off Satellite Boulevard. That's in Duluth. The suspect in the double shooting is now in jail after being treated at the hospital. We're hearing new thoughts from President Trump on the violent immigration crackdown and protests in Minneapolis, including the fatal shootings of 2 demonstrators at the hands of federal officers.
For the first time, he said Renee Good and Alex Preddy, both U.S. citizens, should not have been shot and killed by federal agents.
It should have not happened. It was a very sad, to me, it was a very sad incident, 2 incidents.
But correspondent Nancy Cordes says, reports the president also says neither of those shot are angels either, while the U.S. Border Czar announces that 700 federal officers will be leaving Minneapolis. The president suggests a softer touch may be needed with immigration crackdowns as well. Reaction continues to pour in from Fulton County following last week's FBI raid of its elections office. The county chairman now saying there are major concerns over the president's call to nationalize elections.
President Trump says at least 15 states are on his mind as he publicly pushes for the federal government to take control of elections. Fulton County Commission Chairman Rob Pitts believes last week's FBI raid on their elections office is part of that effort.
Others should be concerned if they're on that list, because if they're successful here, then who's next? Who's next? That's why this is so important.
The county has filed a motion demanding the return of the seized documents and access to the affidavit. In Fulton County, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
Well, it seems household income can be a big factor in a child's readiness for kindergarten.
A Census Bureau survey says about 1/3 of children are not on the best track for kindergarten. The report notes low-income children often have less access to experiences that boost school readiness and are behind the other kids.
Michael Toscano reports several major cities are now offering free preschool programs to benefit low-income children to give them tools like early learning, social-emotional development, and self-regulation, which all help lay the groundwork for better outcomes in school. And it's been a staple in grocery store frozen sections since the 1940s. But Minute Maid is discontinuing its frozen orange juice found in those little cans.
The brand's parent company is halting sales of frozen juice concentrates in the U.S. and Canada, saying it wants to focus on the fresh juices that customers now prefer. Minute Maid's frozen juices, including several varieties of OJ, lemonade, and limeade, will be discontinued by April.
Reporter Steve Cathan says Atlanta-based Coca-Cola actually bought Minute Maid back in 1960, and 13 years later, it began selling ready-to-drink refrigerated orange juice rather than those frozen cans. It's 9:03. The Mark Arum Show begins in less than 2 minutes. But first, live team coverage of traffic and weather, and we start in the WSB 24-hour traffic center. Here is Smiling Mark McKay.
Thanks, Judd. Big hassle out of Holly Springs into Woodstock. Travel advisory. They've shut down the express lanes now to clear a crash in the express lane. 575 southbound at Highway 92 exit 7. First responders are still working in the left through lanes. That means only one right lane open for those who don't have a Peach Pass. All of those lanes are really slow, all the way back towards Sixes Road, so you use Highway 5 or Bell's Ferry Road. Crash that was in 2 left lanes has gone to the right shoulder, leaving McDonough towards Stockbridge. I-75 northbound just off Jodico Road, exit 222. DOT says all lanes are open, rolling out of Locust Grove, still dealing with a vehicle fire cleanup on the right shoulder of I-75 southbound past exit 201. That's Highway 36. Any hope for those stuck on I-85 in Fairburn this morning? Stephanie Stallworth.
We got a little better news. Got that travel advisory all clear to the shoulder. 85 North crash right at Flat Shoals. It's out of the roadway. Delays trying to shake out, leaving Fairburn, Union City, but still pretty much bogged down. For a little while longer, you start to see some more space in between the vehicles soon. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. Cloud cover giving way to sunshine this afternoon, but staying breezy and cool with highs in the low 40s, dropping down to the upper 20s for tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, sunny skies, trending a little warmer, high near 60. But a dry, cold front moves in on Saturday, so sunshine but trending colder with highs in the mid-40s.
Currently 31 degrees in Roswell, 33 in Clarkston, 32 degrees in Midtown Atlanta at 9:05. More news at 9:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Judd Hickenbotham, 95.5 WSB.
9:05 on this Giving Thursday edition of the Mark Arum Show. Why is it a Giving Thursday, you ask? Well, we're just giving. 3 times we're giving back to you today. Coming up in an hour and 7 minutes, I'm going to give you a keyword in the 5K a day bonus blitz. Another chance to win $1,000 here on 95.5 WSB. And then at 11:07, Deborah's got tickets to give away to see Paul Simon at Chastain. And then at 11:37, another $150 gift card to Spa Sidel as Valentine's Day 9 days away, fellas. So a chance to be a Valentine's hero. 11:37. Deborah's got that $150 Spa Sidel gift card to give away. We're going to go live to D.C. Travel expert Peter Greenberg's going to join us following the disappearance of Mrs. Guthrie. The elderly woman is still gone 5 days later. President Trump right now, by the way, delivering remarks at the National Prayer Breakfast. This is a yearly event where political and religious leaders get together. Let's listen in for a second to President Trump at the National Prayer Breakfast.
Where, say she wants to keep it nice and low-key. You're really catching fire, by the way, Pam. You know, they were saying about Kristi Noem yesterday. I did the Super Bowl interview. Sir, are you going to relieve Kristi Noem of her duties? No. Oh. I said, why would I do that? We have the strongest border in the history of our country.
So that's a little breaking news there, Deborah. He is doing that Super Bowl interview. Didn't he not do it the last time?
He didn't do it last time.
Yeah. So, all right. Anyway, President Trump is at the National Prayer Breakfast. White House correspondent John Decker's at the breakfast. Maybe we can get him on a little bit later. Recap what President Trump says, and most importantly for me, what is being served. Breakfast. Is it buffet style, Deborah? Do you think it's...
I bet it has to be the easiest way to do it, right?
I would imagine. But you got religious leader. You don't want a cardinal waiting in line at a breakfast buffet.
You think they go first?
I don't know, but like, hey, we're out of bacon. Like you don't want the cardinal waiting in line for a refresh.
If anyone has patience, it's a cardinal.
That is true. But anyway, the National Prayer Breakfast going on right now. I do want to start with a couple of local stories. We didn't get a chance to talk about this. Apparently, there was some sort of jet fuel spill down by the airport, Deborah, and now residents where that spill happened are saying, hey, it's impacting our drinking water.
So the EPA has confirmed like tens of thousands of gallons of fuel from Hartsfield-Jackson made it into the Flint River. And I guess they did notify people that, hey, but they've been out there to clean things up. But the people that live down in Griffin, even though they're saying the water is fine, it's safe to drink, it's going through treatment, it should be okay now, they say they can smell it like in their tap when they turn it on, and it distinctly smells like fuel now. So they're nervous about using it to cook, using it to bathe, using it to drink. And apparently Griffin, like the city of Griffin, really hasn't given any more updates other than we've tested it and it's safe for you guys to use.
Hold on a second. So this jet fuel leak happened at Hartsfield, and it's impacting the water in Griffin, which is a long ways away from the airport. What the heck? I guess that Flint River.
Where's the Flint River?
I don't know. But wow, that's a far. I mean, can that be? I guess if you're getting your water from the Flint River and the jet fuel gets down there, I was expecting it to be like, College Park water or maybe even Union City water, but Griffin water. Wow, that's interesting. Now, I was going to say, when you live near the airport, like if you live in College Park or East Point, there are some piccadillies that come with living there. Having the constant, taking off of jet planes and, that's baked into the property values. If you were living anywhere near an airport, that's just what it is. I remember when I first went to my college buddy's parents' house, they lived in Astoria, Queens, which is right near LaGuardia Airport. And the first time I spent the night there, I couldn't deal with the jet noise. Like you would hear the planes going over their apartment building. And I asked my buddy Nick, I was like, "What? How do you sleep?" He goes, "Oh, you get used to it." And I guess you get used to it, but that if you buy a place near an airport, that comes with the territory. Now, if someone builds an airport where you are, that might be a bridge too far. When it comes to, hey, I don't want the NIMBY crowd, not in my backyard. Which leads us to our other local story. Apparently, there is a go-ahead for a new ICE facility that has been greenlit here in the metro area out in Social Circle, Deborah. This is going to happen, or it might happen?
Well, officials at Social Circle said that they've been informed that the Department of Homeland Security is moving forward with plans to make a ICE facility down there. Now, Social Circle, the residents there have kind of said, we don't want this here. You're going to have to bring all these resources. It's not for us. But it looks like Representative Mike Collins says the staff has been down there. They looked at these places, and they're getting ready to start it as soon as April.
Do the residents of Social Circle get a say in this? Probably not, right? There's no local
Probably
referendum.
Not. Yeah, I don't think so.
And listen, I'm sure there are a lot of folks that live in Social Circle that are like, yeah, we need more ICE facilities. And we probably do as a country with the increased ICE activity coast to coast. More ICE facilities are needed. But I would imagine if you live in Social Circle, quaint Social Circle, you're away from the madness of the world. You love it. It's quiet. It's peaceful. Even if you are the strongest supporter of ICE and border security, you can be like, well, not in my backyard. Like that. Is that, if you live in Social Circle, are you okay with this? And we're seeing a bunch of these, like with the data centers. Like people don't want data centers in their backyards because of, the drain on resources, and it doesn't add that many jobs. And I'm just trying to think, what if you had to make a list of things that you don't want in your backyard, first and foremost, what would be at the top of Deborah Green's list? Like, for me, it would probably be like a prison, right? I don't want a prison.
Even though, things are kind of safe there and that means police are around, I wouldn't want to see it every day when I'm walking the dog or something.
Yeah. In this hypothetical situation, you own your home, you've been there for 10 years, you love your house, your neighbors and everything, and all of a sudden, boom, hey, we have this undeveloped piece of property that backs up to your neighborhood. We're going to build a blank in there. My initial reaction was prison, but now I'm thinking like garbage dump. That's
happened before. Like, how they move south to build these neighborhoods, and then all of a sudden they open up a new recycling or what's the other? No, I can't. Yeah, a dump, or basically.
Yeah.
And you can see it from the houses. Nobody wants that view.
I think I might change my answer. I might say I don't want a garbage transfer facility in my backyard more than I don't want a prison. I don't know. I think I'm forgetting something. Like a data center. All right. I mean, it wouldn't force.
At least it'd be kind of quiet.
Yeah,
right?
It wouldn't force me to move. A shooting range, that might be tough in your backyard.
Well, it's not 24 hours though.
No, but still, with the dogs, dogs lose their mind.
Yeah.
But what would be the one thing that you would not want built in your backyard, Longoria?
I was thinking a dump, like you. When you first said the prison, I was like, okay, but a dump, just a smell.
The smell.
You get that wind coming the wrong way.
And your property value's gone right there.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely gone. I want to open up the phones on this because I think we're missing something that should be an obvious answer. And I'm not saying that people in Social Circle don't want this ICE facility. I would rather have an ICE facility in my backyard than a dump or a jail. I guess it is kind of a jail, a prison there. But I want to open up the phone lines on this. What's the one thing that you would most not want to have built in your backyard? In this hypothetical, you've been in the neighborhood for 10 years. You love it. You love your town. You love your neighborhood. You don't want, and then all of a sudden, bam, plans to build blank come to your backyard. What's top of your list? Like, I don't want that. 404-872-0750, 404-872-0750. Be brief so Vinny can screen the calls and get as much answers on as we want. Speaking of calls, Deborah mentioned the jet fuel spill into the Flint River. Matt's in Gainesville. Matt, you have some knowledge of what's going on there?
Good morning. They actually, years ago, when they expanded the airport, they actually are having to redirect the Flint River in order for that to take place. And they actually built over the top of, or some of the Flint River itself runs underneath airport property.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yes.
But, whenever you have, that much fuel being, dumped or spilled, it's actually going to leach down into the ground or into some of those causeways that they had to create in order to redirect the river. So once it hits that river, the Flint River actually runs all the way down into Florida. I mean, it's one of the longest running rivers in the country.
Kind of overshadowed by the Chattahoochee, I'm sure. So it doesn't surprise you, Matt, that that folks down in Griffin are like, oh, what the hell's going on with our water?
Actually, it does not. And to be honest with you, I mean, jet fuel is not something that is going to just go away by some, company or municipality dumping a bunch of chlorine into the water system. You know what I mean? So it's going to adhere to the interior aspect of the pipes due to, its chemical makeup. I mean, this is, what surprised me not they're still able to smell that fuel, even though the EPA says, wink, wink, nod, nod, it's safe to drink.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I did. I saw there was I don't know who did it. There was a documentary on Hartsfield and just from humble beginnings to the world's busiest airport. And in that documentary, they talked about building over the Flint River, so it would still keep flowing down through South Georgia and, as Matt said, down to Florida. But interesting. I guess jet fuel it's not. It's not like pouring chlorine into a pool. Like, that's going to be tough. But thoughts and prayers to everyone down in Griffin having to deal with that. All right, so the question is, ICE facility being built in Social Circle, what's the one thing you do not want built in your backyard? Because I think I'm missing some obvious choices there. And if you live in Social Circle, what do you think about the DHS saying, yeah, that's the place for our next ICE facility? 404-872-0750, 404-872-0750, or you can hit me up on Twitter, X, at Mark Arum, MarkArum. 9:17 on the Mark Arum Show. Reminder, 10:12 a.m., giving you a keyword in the 5K day bonus blitz. Another chance to win $1,000 right here on WSB Radio. Checking the ride around town. Hello and good morning to Stephanie Stallworth.
Hey, good morning, Mark. Still a tough time for folks coming in on 575 with the express lanes right near Highway 92. Had a crash for you there. Also, they were sending response onto the main line. Same area. Looks like the main line, all lanes are open. They'll soon be opening that express lane there near Highway 92. Trouble 85 north past North Druid Hills. Trouble spot there with some delays heading through the area. Update sponsored by King's Hawaiian Sliders. Nothing brings friends and family together on game day like delicious King's Hawaiian Sliders. Bring them to the big game table and be the real MVP. Football and King's irresistible Hawaiian Sliders. There's nothing like it. Stephanie Stallworth, 95.5 WSB.
You can count on it.
You can try and plan for it.
But sometimes it gets the best of you.
Multiple left lanes blocked, quickly impacting you as you leave the airport.
When it stops you from getting where you need to be.
Atlanta's most trusted traffic team gets you there.
Now we've got our second crash of the morning on I-85.
The most up-to-date traffic reports from Atlanta's most trusted traffic team.
Only a right lane open.
Every time you listen. Triple Team Traffic.
95.5 WSB. How Atlanta gets there.
Shelley Winter here with my friend, the owner of RJ's Auto Body Plus, Jeff Glatzer. I can't recommend them strongly enough. They are a family-owned body shop in Marietta, operated by a husband and wife team. Jeff, I walked into your facility and was blown away at how warm the environment was and was greeted by your beautiful wife, Edith. Tell us why RJ's Auto Body Plus is so good.
Well, first of all, we have Edith. But we've always prided ourselves on being a family, neighborhood type of business. I always wanted to be that shop that people felt comfortable going to, knew they were going to be taken care of, and just knew they had an advocate on their side.
You told me a story about driving to New Jersey to get a part for one of your customers. Is this common?
With COVID and with the tariffs, parts have become a little more scarce. So we take our delivery dates seriously, and we'll take the steps we need to procure the parts and search for them and get them in an expeditious fashion and get the car out on time if possible.
Folks, that is my friend Jeff Glatzer of RJ's Auto Body Plus. If you've been in an accident, big or small, and want to work with a family-owned body shop, I strongly recommend RJ's Auto Body Plus. They work for you, not the insurance companies. Search RJ's Auto Body Plus. That's RJ's Auto Body Plus, or call 770-955-5020.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Priority Men's Medical Center restores your love life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To restore your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply or price stopped. Opt out.
Mom, can we get snacks? Unless chips are on sale for $3.99, we're in a snack drought, buddy.
Hey, remember Current? They can get us up to $750 before payday once we qualify.
Wait, $750 of our money now?
Yep, and they're even offering an extra $75 sign-up bonus right now. Set up an eligible payroll deposit and see if we qualify for an advance. No hassle, no credit checks.
Gummy worms, here we come.
Current has your back with up to $750 in paycheck advances once you qualify. And right now, get an extra $75 bonus when you set up an eligible payroll deposit. Join the millions who count on Current when it matters most. Text LOUD to 323232 now. That's LOUD to 323232. LOUD to 323232.
Paycheck advance is offered by FineCo Advance LLC, a financial technology company, not an FDIC-insured bank. Eligibility and available amounts may vary and are subject to change at any time. For full terms and conditions, visit current.com/radio or call 1-888-851-3177 for more information.
Are you turning 65 or new to Medicare? Humana knows not everyone has the same needs when picking a Medicare Advantage plan.
Now that I'm retired, I want to enjoy the life I've worked hard to build. So I want a plan that covers me when I'm traveling the country.
Humana has a plan for that.
As a veteran, I want a plan that fills in the gaps my VA coverage doesn't provide, like dental care.
Humana has a plan for that.
I feel good about my health. I just want care and coverage with predictable costs. No surprises.
Humana has a plan for that. With a Humana Medicare Advantage plan, you get coverage and benefits that focus on what matters most to you. Learn more at gethumana.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Humana is a Medicare Advantage HMO and PPO organization with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal.
Girl, I just can't wait. Please don't have to
923 on the Mark Air Show. Happy 57th birthday, former, maybe current Atlanta resident Bobby Brown. I don't know if he still lives here or not. Bobby, though, lost his wife and his daughter. Big struggles there. Bobby turns 57 today, born February 5th, 1969. A lot of reaction to the social circle. If you're just joining us, apparently they are going to move forward. The DHS is going to move forward with an ICE facility in Social Circle. And, I mean, it's probably not everyone's number one choice to what might be built in their neighborhood, but I asked what might be worse. What is your worst scenario? Piccadilly Hotline, Dave Cohen says, Deborah, water treatment facility. I might change my mind. Where I went to college, Marist College, right along the Hudson River, beautiful. There was a water treatment facility, and it, depending on which way the wind blew, it stunk.
Really?
Yes. I don't know what it is. I mean,
the chemicals that they're using to treat
something.
The water? Wow.
Like, I remember the first time I went on a school visit, and the lady that was giving me the tour, I'm like, "What's that smell?" She's like, "Oh, that's odd. I've never smelled that before." And then when I enrolled, I'm like, that liar. Yeah, good job, Dave Cohen. Definitely, water treatment facility might even be worse. Doreen on Twitter says landfill. Jacob says, speaking from experience, you'd want a quarry, like a rock quarry. Yeah. Those are fun, though, as a kid.
They're noisy, but yes.
All right, Vinny got a bunch of calls. Jason in Cartersville says,
Chicken farm?
A chicken farm. Yeah, that's probably like a chicken processing plant. That'd be really bad. Ben in Ackworth says a bio-waste facility. Again, these are the things, the last thing you want built behind your house. Karen says an automotive tow yard. Like, because Chopper's the dog that protects the automotive. Remember Chopper from Stand By Me?
Chopper.
Huh, interesting. Karen says an industrial waste site, sludge dumping. I need to know more about that, but that doesn't sound appealing. Terry in Woodstock says, yeah, chicken farm's bad. Ooh, David in Villarica, slaughterhouse. You probably grew up not too far from us. I know you worked at one.
It wasn't noisy.
No, I don't think it's the noise.
Just the idea of what goes on inside?
Well, that and the stank. No,
Well, again, I don't remember it being stinky, but I mean, I had to clean everything up. So.
All right, so we got great.
Ooh, tire dump.
The tire fire of Springfield. All right, we've got some great. Are you sticking with what's your number one choice, Deborah? Ice facilities not anywhere on here.
Landfills definitely, I think, on the top.
Yeah, I think that would.
What about a pig farm?
Pig farm is up there.
Like anything with manure.
How about a nuclear facility?
Like Chernobyl?
Yeah, like a nuclear power plant.
Somebody did say that, too.
Someone said that, Van?
Yep.
That's fine for Springfield.
Gosh, I'm putting all this into the universe. I don't think that anywhere near my house this stuff.
Yeah, my neighborhood's developed.
That water facility plant, though, good call, Cohen. That stinks to high heaven. I'm gonna have to put much more thought into this. But I really want to know what the folks in Social Circle think. I'm not going to take calls on that, but if you live in Social Circle, and I'll put a poll up on X, are you for or against the building of an ICE facility? I mean, I would imagine even the most strong defenders of the Border Patrol, DHS, and ICE might be like, well, yeah, but not so close to my house. Anyway. Good stuff. Good feedback. Hit me up on social medias if you live in Social Circle. Just tell me if you're cool or not cool with this ICE facility being built in your neighborhood.
Our boss says a porta potty facility.
A porta potty recycling facility. Good job, Ken. All right. Interesting stuff. Good conversation. Thank you. All right, we got news, weather, and traffic in 3. When we come back, Fulton County starting to push back on that FBI raid. Steve Portnoy is going to give us the latest from D.C. and local reaction here. Don't forget, 10:12 a.m., I'm going to give you a keyword, and the 5K a day bonus splits, another chance to win $1,000. It's really simple. 10:12, I give you a keyword. You put the keyword into the WSB Radio app or online at WSBradio.com/cash, and then you're going to get a call after 10:30 from an 833 area code. Answer it. Could be us telling you won $1,000. That is coming up in the 10 o'clock hour. If you do want to comment, my social medias are active at Mark Arum, MarkArum.
I am more and more mindful that to take care of my family, I've got to take care of myself. And thanks to the Georgia Spa Company, well, they believe in wellness and that it can fit into your life. And right now, they want you to know warm water helps your body slow down, your muscles can relax, the tension can fade away. That's why I love my hot tub in the backyard. And they can help you find the right hot tub or sauna for lasting comfort, stress relief, and recovery. Visit Georgia Spa Company, one of 9 Georgia locations, and online at georgiaspacompany.com.
Life is a circle. At Emory Healthcare, this circle contains the first breakthroughs that bend fear toward hope, echoes that become second chances, love regained, tomorrow reclaimed. Emory is driven by firsts because second chances matter to keep life's circle moving forward. Emory Healthcare, the front line of care, the forefront of discovery. Visit emoryhealthcare.org/discover.
This is Andy Harris, president of Coosa Valley Credit Union, inviting you to come see us for your auto loan needs. If you're buying a car or refinancing your current auto loan, at Coosa Valley Credit Union, you'll get one of the lowest interest rates in the market. Now, auto loan rates are as low as 2.99 APR when you open an account with a direct deposit. Coosa Valley Credit Union is local and nearby in Northwest Georgia. Plus, you'll always speak to a real person when dealing with us. That's what we call kinder banking.
Contact 706-235-8551 for more details. Equal Opportunity Lender.
At Chain Company, we've been engagement ring experts for almost 100 years. We have the largest selection of diamonds and gemstones in stock. You don't have to wait to compare them side by side. Find the one that speaks to you at shaneco.com or in store. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Scott Slade from iRoofer FGA Roofing. Are you considering a new roof but unsure about timing? FGA offers a free drone roof assessment. Get a quote and mention me and you'll get $1,000 off your quote. And the quote will be good for 12 months. Search FGA Roofing to book an appointment today.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
It is 9:30. I'm Judd Hickenbotham. Our top story this half hour is new this morning. Investigators have identified the 4 family members killed in an overnight house fire in DeKalb County. DeKalb Fire Captain Jason Daniel says they arrived at the home on Winthrop Drive near Glenwood Avenue and 285 to find heavy smoke and fire.
We had one resident outside of the burning structure stating that there were others inside.
He says one of the victims died at Grady. 3 others are found dead inside that home. The victims are identified as Joseph Thomas, Marianne and John Chambers, and Willie Smith. 3 of the victims are in their 70s. The other is in his 40s. So far, cause of that fire is not known. It is 33 degrees right now in Midtown Atlanta. WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards says the temperature will not rise much above 40 degrees today, although we will see some sunshine. We could get over 60 degrees, though, tomorrow. Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast is coming up. The public has a chance to honor a fallen Gwinnett County police officer and a wounded officer during an event tonight.
The Gwinnett County Police Foundation is encouraging residents to pay tribute to Officer Pradeep Tamang.
At 7 p.m., there is a candlelight vigil for Officer Tamang at Cross Point Church.
Corporal Angela Carter with Gwinnett Police says they will also pray for the recovery of Officer David Reed, who was injured in Sunday's shooting at a hotel in Stone Mountain. Carter says Officer Reed is recovering well after surgery from a gunshot to his face. His family says Reed is in good spirits. Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Well, the frantic search resumes today in Tucson, Arizona, following the disappearance of the elderly mother of Today's Show co-host Savannah Guthrie, who releases a video along with her brother and sister. It urges whoever took Nancy Guthrie to reach out to them.
The sheriff here has said he believes that Nancy Guthrie is alive. He has offered no suspects, though, in connection with her disappearance. Savannah Guthrie and her siblings want proof their mother is alive and to find out what it will take to get her back.
Correspondent Aaron Katersky says investigators are still trying to determine if an apparent ransom note sent to local media in Arizona is legit or just a hoax. Well, it's a story that could affect some patients right here in Georgia. Cigna reaches a settlement over allegations that it artificially inflated its price of insulin.
The Federal Trade Commission says that Cigna's Express Scripts business will change how it calculates prices for drugs. The settlement contains no monetary penalty for Cigna, which didn't admit any liability in the case. Cigna says this ensures its customers get their medicines at the lowest price. Cigna is one of 3 pharmacy benefit managers that together control about 80% of prescriptions filled in the country. The lawsuit against CVS and United Health remains ongoing. I'm Bloomberg's Courtney Donahoe for 95.5 WSB.
And regular family dinners can be a big factor in adolescents' decisions when it comes to substance abuse. It says teens and preteens who connect with family members over meals feel more protected and comfortable to make the right choices with alcohol, drugs, and vaping.
If there's a very contentious household, if there's fear, if there's a lack of trust, it wouldn't necessarily be as protective.
And study author Margie Skier with Tufts University says many cultures make food a central part of their bonding time, which can help create that necessary touch point. It's 9:33 as we check your money. Boy, a big down start on Wall Street here for your Thursday. The Dow opening down almost 300 points. NASDAQ is down more than 300 points at the moment. A rough start as the bell rings this morning on Wall Street. It is 9:33. Time now for live team coverage of traffic and weather. And first to the WSB 24-hour traffic center and Stephanie Stallings.
Hey, Judd, we're looking at travel advisory. Still working out there. 85 headed northbound, right at North Druid Hills. Crash there was taking out the right travel lanes, only left side getting you by. Going to take Buford Highway out of the city as an option to avoid some of that backup. Still below the limit, 75, 85 north-south, getting to and from the I-20 corridor. And you're back in business north of town, 575 south at the Highway 92 express lanes. That crash has been cleared. Stephanie Stallworth, 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Upward. Sunshine returns this afternoon, but staying cool with highs in the low 40s, dropping down to the upper 20s for tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, mostly sunny and a little warmer with a high near 60, but the wind picks back up on Saturday, so despite the sunshine, staying cool with highs in the mid-40s.
It is currently 32 degrees right now in Smyrna, 33 in Buford, 33 degrees in Midtown Atlanta at 9:34. More news at 10. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Judd Hickenbotham, 95.5 WSB.
Tough questions.
What are the rules around a hot air balloon?
Intriguing insights.
If things didn't happen the way in my brain they were supposed to happen within the time period that my brain told me they were supposed to happen.
And a unique perspective.
You're getting tea. Where do you want it to go?
Eric Von Hassler, today at 3.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
We live in a world where voices
and images are easily manipulated. We
That's
need to
Savannah
know
Guthrie.
without
Still to come, we'll update the search for her mom, Nancy Guthrie. But next, Fulton County pushing back against that FBI raid. We go to D.C. for the latest on the Mark Arum Show.
Are your investments in the right accounts? What's best, traditional or Roth? Are you receiving all available tax deductions? Are you paying as little in tax as you can? These are all questions you can't afford to get wrong. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth, and in many cases, it's not what you make, but it's what you keep that makes the real difference. Trajan Wealth and Trajan Tax work closely together exclusively. No more guessing about whether you should do a Roth conversion, or if maxing out your 401k is really the best option. Our nationally recognized fiduciary advisors and CPA team work in tandem to make sure your tax strategy works with your investment strategy. We'll even do your tax preparation. One team, one strategy. Isn't it time for a second opinion? Call Trajan today, 404-208-3300. That's 404-208-3300.
Trajan Wealth, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures and accreditation at TrajanWealth.com.
Hello, my friends. Paul Simon in concert. A very special performance of the critically acclaimed 7 Psalms and a celebration of his timeless classics.
People think she's crazy. She got diamonds on the sole of her shoe.
July 13th, Synovus Bank Amphitheater at Chastain Park. Tickets on sale Friday at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com. Don't miss this summer celebration with Paul Simon.
Enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And you can clip and save more with digital coupons in the Kroger app. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. So it's always easy to save big. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
You can save big on 12 packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or Canada Dry. Select varieties or buy 2, get 3 free with your card. Limit 10. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
I'm getting a little bit stronger. Just a little bit stronger.
9:37 on the Mark Arum Show. Happy 55th birthday, country singer Sarah Evans. This is her hit, A Little Bit Stronger. Happy 55th birthday to Miss Evans. Welcome back to the Mark Arum Show. Again, 3 chances to win on the program today. Coming up at 10:12, I'm going to give you a keyword in the 5K a day bonus splits. Chance to win $1,000 there. Then you just heard the commercial. Paul Simon coming to Chastain this summer. Very, very cool concert. Limited seating, we know, at Chastain, but Deborah's got a pair of tickets we'll give away at 10:37. And we are officially 9 days away from Valentine's Day, fellas. You can be a Valentine's Day hero at 11:37. We'll be giving away a $150 gift card to Spa Sidel. So we're just the show that keeps on giving. We're like the Jelly of the Month Club, Deborah. We're the gift that keeps on giving. We're going to update our top local stories. Travel expert Peter Greenberg is going to join us live. Meow Shen from Bloomberg is going to join us at 10:50 and really explain what's going on with Bitcoin right now. Let me check the markets. It was a high of $126,000, Deborah. It is now down to 69,000.
Ooh, that's a big drop.
Yeah, so we're going to go to Bloomberg News and get the very latest on that. In the meantime, though, we're going to continue our team coverage of the FBI raid in Fulton County here. Joining us from ABC News in Washington, D.C., it's Stephen Portnoy. Stephen, good morning. Local reporting here. Fulton County now starting to push back. What kind of reaction is that getting in the nation's capital?
I mean, look, we're obviously eyeing it just the same as you guys are in Atlanta. But, the big question is, where's that affidavit? The FBI went into the Fulton County election hub last week with a search warrant. But to get there, they had to go to the Northern District and submit a sworn affidavit from an FBI agent that laid out probable cause that a crime has been committed. Last week, the FBI director, Kash Patel, went on the Charlie Kirk show and told the interviewers that he would expect that the Justice Department, in short order, would be moving to unseal that affidavit. That hasn't happened yet, and we haven't seen it. Yesterday, Fulton County officials submitted a sealed motion to do it, and we still haven't seen it. The authorities say that they're just as curious as the rest of us as to what is underlying that search warrant. What was the suspicion? What's the reasonable cause for that search, for the seizure of records that are more than 5 years old, for an election that was verified by audits and recounts, that Joe Biden won and Donald Trump lost? What is this all about? We still don't have those answers, and that's why authorities in the county filed their sealed motion yesterday, so that at least so they could understand it. They also, of course, want the ballots back. which is a separate question about the custody of records and personal information. And ultimately, as they put it yesterday, certainly Chairman Pitts did, our Constitution itself is at stake in this fight. That's what he said. Of course, the rest of the country has a great deal of curiosity about what's going on in Fulton County, Georgia, and it would be helpful if we could all read that FBI affidavit.
Yeah, so, the county moved to get that unsealed, the case file unsealed. The federal judge, though, where is the judge located that they asked for this unsealing?
Well, so it's a magistrate judge who works underneath the district court judges. District court judges are nominated by a president and confirmed by the Senate. The magistrate judges work underneath them, basically as on salary, and they look at applications for search warrants and arrest warrants and sign them all the time. That's what they're there to do, and that is the normal course. What is interesting here is the level, and I say interesting because there's a great deal of public interest in this. We're talking about the essence of our constitutional system, our democracy. The FBI submitted a sealed affidavit arguing, it seems, that there was probable cause that a crime occurred. The warrant itself, which has become public, points to possible violations of two federal laws, one having to do with record keeping itself, and the other has to do with the suggestion that ballots were fraudulently cast or counted. Well, what is the evidence that's convinced the magistrate judge to sign that warrant and authorize the seizure? We still don't know, and that's a big issue, especially as the president, in a variety of different contexts, is talking about a federal takeover of elections. Now, the White House says what he means is he wants the Congress to pass the Save America Act, which would require that people registering to vote bring their passport or their birth certificate or some other documentary proof that they are American citizens in to verify their citizenship. One of the arguments against that Democrats are making is that a lot of Americans don't have passports, particularly in red states. They also say that a lot of women who have gotten married don't have their married name on their birth certificate, and that could cause some bureaucratic problems. And so Democrats say in this broader context that maybe Republicans really don't understand what this is going to possibly do to their own voter base, younger voters especially, who might be inclined to vote for Republicans. You go to register the first time to vote. What happens if you don't have your passport or your birth certificate easily on hand? Well, that's a question for Republican members of Congress.
Interesting. Final question, Stephen, and you might not know the answer to this. These files that were taking, the voting records that are taken out of Fulton County, would Fulton County have a backup file, whether digitally or paper? Would they still have the voting records, a copy of the voting records that were seized by the FBI?
Oh, I cannot answer that question.
I figured as much. I thought I'd take a shot. Obviously, a huge local story with national implications. Stephen Portnoy from ABC. Stephen, appreciate your time as always.
Hey, you bet.
Stephen bringing up interesting points on that SAFE Act. Just anecdotally for me, I was in my 30s, Deborah, before I finally got my passport. Yeah, I was late to the game. I'm sure you had a passport at a very young age.
Well, you never needed one to go to Mexico or Canada growing up.
Canada, exactly.
So it wasn't until I was in college that I got one.
Yeah, so I was late to the game, and I don't have a copy of my birth certificate.
Really?
Yeah. So
does Maya have a copy of it?
No, my
Wow.
parents don't. They couldn't find it. I know. So what we had to do was, I believe my mom went to the clerk's office or whatever.
Yeah, you can get a record.
But they gave her like just this cardboard thing that was so proof of birth. And I remember when I was registering to vote here in Georgia when I first moved down here, I didn't have the birth certificate, but I had this thing from Connecticut, proof of birth. And they looked at me like, "What the hell is this thing, kid?" And eventually they called the supervisor. All right, that's fine. But at that time, I didn't have a passport backup. I had a driver's license. Now I'm all for voter ID. I think that's simple. You go to the polls, and I've never not been asked for my ID at a polling place in Georgia. Even when the poll workers recognize me, they're like, "Oh, Mark Arum, I saw you on TV this morning. Let me see your ID." Like I think that's fine. But in order to register to vote, I don't know how. I mean, will that hurt? Vinny Drip, do you have a passport, Vinny?
So I know here we registered to vote when we got our driver's license.
Yeah.
It's like you can do it all at the same time.
Yes. But I didn't have a copy of I just had this thing, proof of birth. Vinny, do you have a passport at 25?
I do.
All right, way ahead of me. Good job, Vin. Yeah. I would, and as Stephen mentioned, passports, I don't know what the numbers are, but he mentioned that red states, the chance of you having a passport in a red state is lower, like
It's also
middle America.
a cost thing, right? Like it's not exactly, you can't just get one for
Yeah.
free. You got to fill stuff out, send it in. It costs stuff. It's another thing people have to consider.
Interesting. Speaking of middle America, we are looking at another polar vortex coming. I asked WSB meteorologist Christine Edwards when this is coming, and she said in like 2 weeks. Is that what the national meteorologists are saying?
Yeah, so it looks like another polar vortex is coming our way. And, it's been pretty cold here, considering it doesn't really get that bad for winter, but we've had some pretty cold days, and it looks like it's not done quite yet. The beginning of next week's going to actually feel pretty nice here, but then I guess the end of next week is when we're supposed to get some more cold air, but not as bad as like New England.
Sure.
That's going to get the really, really cold air again.
And it's been so cold, and again, I'm going to defer to your expertise on this area, Deborah. It's been so cold in the northern states that one of the Great Lakes is now frozen over, which apparently is fairly rare. Which of the Great Lakes is iced over?
It looks like Lake Erie is about 95.3% frozen, which it never gets that frozen. The smaller lakes you'll see frozen, but like I grew up near Lake Michigan. Lake Michigan's not going to freeze over. It's too big.
Too big. So you never saw Lake Michigan
Not
freeze
completely
over.
freeze.
Yeah.
You'll get some ice on the, right along the coastline there, but you're not going to see it frozen over completely. So this is rare. So the only time it's ever been completely frozen is back in the 70s and then once in the 90s.
When I went to college, it was right on the Hudson River, which is a big river. Like you can't swim across it unless you are really, like an Olympic swimmer. It's
that kid from Australia?
The kid from Australia could do it, that 13-year-old hero. But with the currents, I mean, it's just, and it would partially freeze when I was in school. But it's such a big shipping channel, you would see like, I don't know if it was Coast Guard or a Navy vessel, icebreakers. Yeah, it was the coolest thing because I used to go down to the river to fish all the time. And when I'd go down there, and our baseball field backed up to the Hudson River, and you'd see the ice forming, but it wasn't always, you'd be ice chunks floating. But sometimes it got so cold, they had to bring these ice-breaking ships in. And it was I wish I had a cell phone camera back then, because it was just watching out of my dorm window, this icebreaker spitting up these huge ice blocks, just going down to keep that Hudson River passage to New York City clear. Anyway, all right. So we have that to look forward to. Polar vortex. Christina says in about 2 weeks. Hopefully we won't see the negative 20 degrees that other places
Vinny's
have.
hoping for another hotel stay.
What would we do if the Chattahoochee River froze or Lake Lanier froze?
Hey, watch this and go skate on it.
That would be insane. I don't want to wish that into existence, but imagine if Lake Lanier froze over. What would Yamamoto do with his pontoon boat? Would that mess up his pontoon boat where it's docked on the side? I don't know. We could go ice fishing, though. 9:47. We're going to come back, hit a couple more local stories before we go back to the big national stuff. Right now, checking the ride around town, it is Stephanie Stallworth.
Hey, Mark, looking a little bit better for you out there if you're traveling on 575 south of Highway 92. Express lane crash is all gone. Still working, though, 85 north. Still a travel advisory with a couple of lanes down on the right, northbound near North Druid Hills. So take Buford Highway out of the city as an option. Update sponsored by King's Hawaiian Sliders. Nothing brings friends and family together on game day like delicious King's Hawaiian Sliders. Bring them to the big game table and be the real MVP. Football and King's irresistible Hawaiian Sliders. There's nothing like it. Stephanie Stallworth, 95.5 WSB.
It pays to have the WSB radio app. Download it today and get ready for the Blitz.
I just won $1,000 on WSB.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz. 5 chances every weekday to win $1,000.
That is awesome.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
Your next chance to win is at 10 a.m.
Are you serious?
95.5 WSB.
Download the WSB radio app now.
If you're ready for real European car lovers to work on your Porsche, Mercedes-Benz, BMW, Audi, discover Wolfpan European Auto Repair in Roswell. And for a limited time, get a free second opinion on repairs when you mention you heard about Wolfpan on the radio. Search Wolfpan Auto Repair to get started.
I'm here with Chris Hoffman, the founder of Hoffman Financial Group and host of Money Unleashed right here on 95.5 WSB. Chris, it's a brand new year, and that means it's a great time to get organized and get your financial house in order. So if that's one of your New Year's resolutions, Hoffman Financial Group is here to help with that, aren't we?
Yeah, so we make it simple, right? And it goes back to saving people time. Don't worry about you having to work. with us, we work for you. So if you were to reach out to us, we would start with something as simple as the portfolio x-ray. Simple as far as your time that you need to provide us some data points on, but we'll take the hours and we'll apply our expertise to generate a pretty comprehensive look at your financial life, specifically your risk profile, the fees in your portfolio, the performance over last year, 3 years, 5 years, the last 10 years against benchmarks. We'll also stress test it. Can we go back in time and say what would have happened to your portfolio during the Great Recession or the dot-com bubble that burst or the COVID correction? It'll give you an indication of how much your money is at risk. All of those components mixed into one simple 10 to 14 page report. We'll give you a copy of it. We'll walk you through it. And as I say, I have yet to see one that didn't have 2 or 3 golden nuggets, as I call them, of opportunity for you to contemplate possibly enhancing your financial future moving forward.
Get 2026 started on the right foot with this complimentary offer from Hoffman Financial Group. There's no cost for the portfolio x-ray, and the report is yours to keep. Call 404-737-3858. That's 404-737-3858 and online at unleashyourmoney.com. Investment advisory services offered through Brookstone Wealth Advisors, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Hoffman Financial Group Incorporated, Georgia Insurance License number 163546.
Are the effects of diabetes, prostate cancer, hypertension, or high cholesterol robbing you of your ability to perform in the bedroom? Choice Men's Health can help you eliminate ED and get your bedroom performance back in just one visit. Choice Men's Health offers breakthrough treatments for ED and performance issues in the bedroom to help you regain your confidence and give you back the intimacy with your partner. Call Choice Men's Health right now to make an appointment and find out how you can eliminate ED on the first visit. Popular name brand pills like Viagra and Cialis don't work for everyone and can have serious side effects. Choice Men's Health custom medications work immediately, even if you have a medical history or think you're too old to perform like you used to. Choice Men's Health can help you have a fulfilling sex life again. Call Choice Men's Health today at 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170. Once again, that's 404-400-1170.
If you're seeing any signs of moisture in your basement, condensation, damp floors, mold, or wood rot, your basement has water issues, AquaGuard will create a customized waterproofing plan to keep your basement dry. Visit aquaguard.net today. Remember, AquaGuard.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Es un juicio político. We're going to show that this is a political trial, that they have no proof, that they have no reality to it.
38 years ago today, speaking through an interpreter, Noriega, Manuel Noriega, the Panamanian dictator, was indicted for bribery and drug trafficking. Noriega was captured after American troops invaded Panama the previous December. He was convicted in a federal trial and sentenced to prison. Why is that relevant 38 years later? Well, that was basically the precedent that President Trump used to oust the dictator / president of Venezuela. Haven't really heard about him and his wife up in prison. What, they're just chilling?
No new tracksuits
Nothing.
or anything.
Yeah, and everything. What's been going on in Venezuela? Like the vice president is now in charge. Is she, cool with President Trump? We haven't really gotten an update on that. But that was Noriega 38 years ago today. I'm assuming you heard that here on 95.5 WSB, since we were all about that Big story back then, 38 years ago today. Another big international story. This is probably something we should dive into deeper, but the last remaining nuclear arms control treaty between the U.S. and Russia expires today, raising concerns about a renewed arms race. The 2010 New START agreement limited deployed nuclear warheads and allowed inspections and data sharing between the two countries. CBS News Pentagon reporter Eleanor Watson reports.
The world's two largest nuclear powers, the U.S. and Russia, have ended more than half a century of arms control agreements now that the last remaining treaty, known as New START, expired without a clear Plan B. New START has restricted each side to deploying just 1,550 warheads on bombers, submarines, and intercontinental ballistic missiles, but it has not controlled short-range nukes or China, whose arsenal is growing rapidly. A White House official told CBS News the president would like to keep limits on nuclear weapons and have a deal that includes China, but he will clarify the path forward, quote, on his own timeline. Eleanor Watson, CBS News, Washington, D.C.
Yeah, so that START agreement again expires today. What does military analyst, retired Army Colonel Jeff McCausland think about the implications?
I think we should be very concerned about it. For the first time since the early 1970s, there will be no legally binding agreement between the United States and the Russians in terms of limitations on strategic nuclear forces, unless there's another agreement. And of course, it would take an awful long time to negotiate that.
I certainly will defer to Colonel McCausland's expertise in this, but the way I look at it, Deborah, is since the 70s, whenever, the first treaties, whatever, between the United States and Russia, we weren't telling them the truth about
of course not.
And
right.
they aren't telling us the truth about it. So, I mean, a treaty is a treaty, but, are you going to hold Vladimir Putin? Do you think he's going to hold tight to a treaty? And as far as the inspection, there's no way. There's no way the United States has the actual facts of what's going on with the nuclear program in Russia. And Russia has no idea what we're doing here. There was I was watching a documentary on the Cold War. It's on Netflix, Turning Point it's called. And there was a point where CIA operatives were in the Kremlin. And this was during the heart of the Cold War in the 80s. And Russia, is claiming to have like 5,000 nuclear warheads. And our CIA assets are like, they've got like 8. Like
I saw the Americans.
Yeah. So anyway, the treaty's expired. I mean, it's always better, yes, to have a treaty. But do we really think that Russia's been telling us the truth, or we've been telling? But the outlier, as Eleanor Watson mentioned at the Pentagon, is China. What is their nuclear program? Like that's a true world power now. Russia's annoying with strength, but China is a global superpower for sure. Anyway, thought that was worth mentioning. News, weather, and traffic in 3. When we come back, updating our top local stories. And 10-12, I'm going to give you a keyword in the 5K a day bonus splits. Another chance to win $1,000 here on 95.5 WSB. You can watch the show live at WSBRadio.com. And our social medias are up throughout the broadcast at Mark Ehrman at WSB Radio.
WSB Atlanta, WSB BFM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Welcome to Window Wisdom with NG Windows. Today, we're talking with the owners and window experts, Ted Kirk and Jonathan Cullum. So, Ted, if a homeowner is just starting to explore window or door replacement, where should they begin?
A great place to start is our conveniently located Alpharetta showroom. It's over 5,000 square feet, which gives homeowners plenty of room to explore the different window and door options and experience the Infinity by Marvin fiberglass windows and doors up close. These Infinity products are beautiful. They're not big and bulky like vinyl composite windows.
Jonathan, what can someone expect when they visit the incredible NG Window showroom in Alpharetta?
Our showroom is designed to help you explore without feeling pressured. You'll see many window styles on display, including double hung, casement, and even an installed bay window, so you can see and feel the difference for yourself. We also showcase a full range of doors, from sliding patio and bifolding doors to entry doors.
Do homeowners need an appointment before they visit? And Ted, share your hours with us.
You're always welcome to just drop by our showroom. We're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Homeowners can also explore our virtual showroom online before visiting in person, or schedule a time to have us out to your home and view the samples in the convenience of your own environment.
We all love to save money. Does NG Windows have any special offers available?
Absolutely. If your windows are rotting, outdated, We're simply ready for a fresh look. We have special offers available, including 0% interest options.
We truly appreciate your knowledgeable advice and for being our window and door experts. And this month, NG Windows would like to offer you 18% off your project, plus up to 18 months no interest, no payment financing. Be sure to take advantage of this month's incredible savings offer and financing option. For all the details, visit ngwindows.com. ngwindows.com.
Infinity by Marvin from NG Windows, yeah!
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Hi there, good morning. It is 10 o'clock. I'm Sabrina Cupid. This news sponsored by TE Certified Electrical Plumbing, Heating, and Air. DeKalb County investigators working this morning to try to determine the cause of a house fire. It left 4 family members dead, and we have now learned their identities. The victims identified as 43-year-old Joseph Thomas, 73-year-old Marianne Chambers, 70-year-old John Chambers, and 70-year-old Willie Smith. WSB's Graham Carroll has more on the fire.
Crews made quick entry, locating one person suffering critical injuries. They were transported to Grady Hospital, but as rescue efforts continued, they made a grim discovery.
We found an additional 3 victims inside, unfortunately deceased.
And Captain Jason Daniels says the critically injured patient also died at the hospital. The 3 men and 1 woman ranging in age from 43 to 73. As for a cause,
investigators went out this morning attempting to get down to the bottom of how the fire actually started.
Daniels says no firefighters were injured. Graham Carroll, 95.5 WSB.
All right, your weather for today. Sunshine this afternoon, but it's going to be cool and breezy. Afternoon highs only around 43, says WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. She'll have Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast straight ahead. It's an emotional week for Gwinnett County Police after one of their officers was killed and another wounded in the line of duty.
The department is receiving an outpouring of support.
On behalf of Gwinnett County Police, we want to thank the community for all the support that we've been receiving.
Corporal Angela Carter says there's a prayer vigil tonight at Cross Point Church in Duluth for the 2 officers. 25-year-old Officer Pradeep Tamang was killed while responding to a call at a hotel in Stone Mountain. Officer David Reed is recovering from a gunshot to the face. The 35-year-old suspect is out of the hospital. He was escorted to jail in Officer Tamang's handcuffs. Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
President Trump is directing federal resources to southern Arizona now, where the search for the mother of Today Show host Savannah Guthrie is continuing. This is new this morning. President Trump speaking at the annual National Prayer Breakfast in Washington, defending National Intelligence Director Tulsi Gabbard's participation in last week's FBI seizure of 2020 election materials here in Fulton County, saying the Attorney General Pam Bondi insisted she be there.
She looked at votes that want to be checked out from Georgia. They say, why is she doing it? Right, Pam? Why is she doing it? Because Pam wanted her to do it.
And President Trump has floated the idea of nationalizing elections in at least 15 states. Fulton County Commission Chairman Rob Pitts is concerned that the seizure of those documents from their election office are part of that effort.
That is scary. It's frightening. And we will do everything to ensure that that doesn't happen.
Now, the county has filed a motion demanding the return of the documents and access to the affidavit. An issue involving trailers is prompting the recall of more than 450,000 Chrysler vehicles. Jeff Gilbert has more on the faulty brake light problem.
The trailer lights and brakes on these vehicles can fail, increasing the risk of a crash. No real-world crashes have been reported. This involves several 25 and 26 model year Rams, as well as newer Jeep Cherokees and Wagoneer S's, along with certain Mopar trailer modules. The problem traced to a faulty brake light module.
A day after payroll processor ADP released its figures showing a slowdown in hiring, the Labor Department out with its weekly report this morning on unemployment, and Jim Ryan says it suggests continued sluggishness in the job market.
The Bureau of Labor Statistics says 231,000 out-of-work Americans filed their first claims for state jobless benefits in the week leading up to January 31st. That's an increase of 22,000 from the week before, and the highest number since mid-December.
As we take a look at the markets, the Dow right now is down 345 at 49,155. So the Dow's down more than 0.5%. NASDAQ's down more than a full percent. The S&P's down almost a full percent here at 10:04. It's time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. Here's Smiling Mark McKay with a look at the roads.
Thanks, Sabrina. Good morning to you. And better news, leaving Midtown into Brookhaven. 85 northbound, a crash is cleared. Past few minutes that had multiple right lanes knocked out at North Druid Hills Road, exit 89. So outbound seeing a much better flow of traffic. Southbound still a bit slow, leaving the 85-400 merge south of Brookhaven, rolling into northeast Atlanta on 85. And the connectors southbound on and off the brakes until you get past Georgia Tech. Then and it's in good shape heading to the airport. Heading away from Hartsfield this morning, you're slow 75-85 northbound, University Avenue up to Midtown. Smiler Mark McKay, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Epwards. Cloud cover giving way to sunshine this afternoon, but staying breezy and cool with highs in the low 40s, dropping down to the upper 20s for tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, sunny skies, trending a little warmer, high near 60. But a dry, cold front moves in on Saturday, so sunshine but trending colder with highs in the mid-40s.
33 degrees in Johns Creek, 37 in Winder. Marietta, you have 32 degrees. We'll have more news at 10:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
Welcome back to the show and a good Thursday morning to you. Mark Arum here, you there. It's 10:05, 5 minutes after 10 o'clock. This is the Mark Arum Show, live Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to noon at 95.5 WSB. The Core Four with us today. Deborah, executive producer of the program. Longoria, the stoic Eskimo on the other side of the takeout window. Down South Vinny screens your calls. In mere minutes, I'm going to give you a keyword in the 5K Day Bonus Blitz. Chance for you to win $1,000 here on 95.5 WSB. Coming up in 30 minutes, travel expert Peter Greenberg joins us live. And then 2 chances to win in the 11 o'clock hour. 11:07, Paul Simon tickets at Chastain. And 11:37, Deborah did it again. A beautiful burgundy gift certificate to Spa Sidel. $150 gift card could be yours at 11:37 here on the Mark Arum Show. In just a few minutes, we're going to go live to the nation's capital. The budget battle continuing on extending DHS funding. Speaking of the DHS, in case you missed the beginning of the show, our top local story, Social Circle is primed to get an ICE facility, and we discussed that, Deborah. And apparently this is going to be an existing warehouse somewhere in Social Circle.
Yeah, it's a property that's already there, and DHS has looked at it before. Then they're coming back to it now, and they basically said, yes, we're going to go forward and move this immigration detention facility at this location.
So in a December 31st Facebook post, the city of Social Circle calls this ICE facility infeasible because it doesn't have the water or sewer capacity for a structure that would result in effectively tripling the city's population of 5,000. So 5,000 people there. Facilities would reportedly hold 5,000 to 10,000 people ahead of deportation. So I asked at the beginning of the show, folks, to hit me up on social media. If you live in Social Circle, are you for it or are you against it? Would you rather not have? And mixed bag so far. Dwayne says he lives 5 miles from the proposed location. He's in full support of it. Better them there than walking in the streets, according to Dwayne. But Pamela says, considering that, I never thought about this angle, considering the constant protests, child sex traffickers literally right at your back door, and a city filled full of schools and children during the school day, you can't turn left into school, which is right off the main road. They might have 2 and 3 full-time cops total. We're livid. So a mixed bag, at least on social media. I would love to hear more from the folks that live in Social Circle if you would welcome or you would oppose this big ICE facility in your small town. 5,000 people in Social Circle. So Twitter's the best way to talk to me, or you just go to markarum.com and click on the Contact Us button, and then Deborah will get an email from you. But I'm just very curious because I don't know how I'd feel. There are things that I would dread worse than an ICE facility. We went through that. Water treatment facility, a nuclear plant, a slaughterhouse, a garbage dump. Like, those are the things, be like, oh, gosh, not in my backyard. I mean, ICE facility is not on the top of my list of what I want, but to me, there are certainly things that could be worse, that pop up in your neighborhood. Anyway, big local story. We'll continue to cover that throughout the day here on 95.5 WSB. Now to a big national story. I don't know if you heard this audio on Atlanta's Morning News.
Mama, if you're listening, we need you to come home. We miss you.
Savannah Guthrie and her siblings holding a press conference pleading for the return of their mother, Nancy Guthrie.
We are always going to be merely human. Just normal human people who need our mom.
Yeah, so the search continues for Nancy. It's been 5 days since she was last seen. Last night, Savannah, her brother and sisters posted that video that I cut in. In it, they spoke directly to the mother's possible abductors, pleading for them for a sign that she's alive. CBS correspondent Jonathan Vigliotti has more from Tucson, Arizona.
The siblings acknowledge reports of an apparent ransom letter that was sent to local news stations, and they called for proof of life.
We too have heard the reports about a ransom letter in the media. As a family, we are doing everything that we can. We are ready to talk. We need to know, without a doubt, that she is alive and that you have her.
The co-host also emphasizing her mother's health needs.
Our mom is our heart and our home. She is 84 years old. Her health, her heart is fragile. She lives in constant pain. She is without any medicine. She needs it to survive. She needs it not to suffer.
The family's video statement comes as law enforcement is intensifying their search for Guthrie. Wednesday evening, Pima County sheriffs and the FBI returned to Guthrie's home, putting up crime scene tape and combing the property with canines.
And, the Guthrie's asking for proof of life 5 days later. The mom, her pacemaker disconnected from her iPhone. She's supposed to be on medications. Back when we were growing up, Longoria, how, at least in movies and TV shows, how did kidnappers show proof of life?
Hold up a newspaper.
Right?
The date.
Yeah, exactly.
Today's date.
But there's AJC stopped printing. Would the kidnapper in Atlanta be like, all right, we got to go to Marietta, get a Marietta Daily Journal? I mean, I'm not making light of it, but how do you show proof of life now when, the printed newspaper, which used to be the thing to show proof of life, is not really a thing. AJC, by the way, announced more layoffs the other day, as did the Washington Post. Big layoffs at Washington Post.
Washington Post says about 1 in 3 of all their staff were cut. They were told to stay home, and they started to get notifications yesterday about all of this. And it's pretty much hit every department there. They didn't focus on just like news or entertainment. It's all across the board.
Yeah, 100, I think. So it's owned by Jeff Bezos, one of the richest people on the planet, and he's catching some flack for, like, dude, come on, suck it up. I think the Washington Post is losing $100 million a year, which is substantial, but it takes Bezos, I think, 5 hours to make that in one day. At what point do you say, what's more important, keeping a fully funded organization like that, or, $100 million
to space.
He is going to space. All right, let's give away $1,000 right now. 5K day bonus blitz, my friends. Your 10 a.m. keyword is SMILE. SMILE, smile. Enter the keyword SMILE into the WSB Radio app or at WSBradio.com/cash. You have until 10:30 a.m. to enter the keyword, win $1,000. The keyword is SMILE, SMILE. And don't forget, if you get a phone call after 10:30 from a number you don't recognize, an 833 number, answer it. Could be us telling you want $1,000. The keyword is SMILE, SMILE, smile. Good luck, my friends. Someone's going to be $1,000 richer here just for listening to the Mark Arum Show on 95.5 WSB. All right, let's head back to the nation's capital. Joining us live from CBS News, it is our good friend, congressional correspondent Nicole Killian. Nicole, good morning. Thanks for your time.
Sure, my pleasure.
Obviously, we've been watching the battle between the Senate and the House when it comes to keeping the government open, and the big sticking point is that DHS funding. Where do we stand now, and what do the negotiations look like?
Well, we stand with just about a week and a half to go before Republicans and Democrats have to craft some type of deal or compromise over ICE's conduct, which is really at the center of this funding fight for the Department of Homeland Security. Many Democrats say they don't want the agency to get another dime unless certain reforms are made. Republicans, for their part, are open to some of Democrats' ideas, but obviously with any negotiation, both sides have to give a little, and so it's really a question of whether or not Democrats are going to give here, and Republicans for that matter. So, like I said, we've got about a week and a half to figure this all out. Otherwise, funding for the Department of Homeland Security, which of course encompasses multiple agencies from, the Coast Guard to TSA to FEMA, could potentially be impacted.
What are the Democrats' demands, Nicole?
Well, they basically want ICE to rein in its conduct, and they say that ICE should operate like any other law enforcement agency. So they believe that ICE agents and federal immigration agents should wear proper identification, that they should not be wearing masks, that they should have body cameras, there should be a uniform code of conduct. They are pushing for judicial warrants so that an agent can't enter someone's home without permission. So those are among the demands the Democrats have. Again, Republicans are open to some of those ideas, like body cameras, which actually is already was part of the original DHS funding bill. They're open to this idea of ending these so-called roving patrols. They do have some issues with respect to the warrants. So that is an area where there are some differences between Democrats and Republicans. But, these are pretty weighty asks. So, again, it's unclear if they're going to be able to resolve this in the next week.
So the warrants would be the big sticking point for Republicans when it comes to this negotiation.
That and, quite frankly, some Republicans don't feel that the mask should be an issue, that if these agents need to wear the mask so that, they don't get doxxed, that is okay. But, again, many Democrats feel strongly that that shouldn't be the case, that, people don't know who these agents are, that they're terrorizing communities. And so there is a divide there as well. If they can't resolve their differences, it's possible we could see Republicans try to put forth another temporary funding measure to keep the broader Department of Homeland Security operating for a certain amount of time. But again, that remains unclear.
So the DHS funding was broken apart in order to keep the government, open, coming off the heels of that partial government shutdown. So our legislators were able to break off the DHS funding. Couldn't they break it down even further and say, all right, let's just talk about funding for ICE and Border Patrol and just fully fund the Coast Guard, the TSA, and everything else you mentioned?
Well, that's where it gets kind of legislatively tricky. The other issue is that many argue, look, ICE really is operating with little, not only with little guardrails, but they have tons of funding. So even if their funding is frozen or discontinued, they have a lot of money. They were appropriated about $75 billion in the president's so-called Big Beautiful Bill. So they have tons of money to operate. So that really isn't the issue, even if you were to, take ICE out of it. Which is why Democrats are kind of digging in their heels here, saying, at the end of the day, we need to see reforms from this agency, however they come. And so, again, we'll have to see if they can come to a resolution.
I just want to make sure I heard you correctly, Nicole. What's the funding in the Big Beautiful Bill for ICE and Border Patrol?
So there was an increase for immigration enforcement. Obviously, that was a component of the Big Beautiful Bill. Obviously, one component of it was to cut taxes. And, so that's one component. There was obviously the issue with respect to, dealing with the issues of fraud and cutting, Medicare or Medicaid, I should say. But with respect to DHS and ICE did get a significant increase in funding in the Big Beautiful Bill. And so that's why even if there were a shutdown, they could keep operating.
Yeah, I think it was
still
75 billion, right? I mean, that goes a long way, I would imagine, for Border Patrol and ICE authorities. Even if this, they should have enough money in the coffers, I guess I'm saying, to keep doing what they're doing.
Yes, and keep in mind this money was appropriated for several years, but it was an exponential increase in their budget. So that's why some people feel that, what Democrats are putting forth is moot in terms of threatening to cut off funding to the agency because they have plenty of it. And that's the point that I'm trying to make, is that for Democrats, it's really not necessarily just about the funding. It's about the conduct of the agency. And so that is their red line, if you will.
Gotcha. Nicole Killian, congressional reporter, CBS News. Nicole, great stuff as always. Thanks so much for your time.
Sure, my pleasure.
There you go. So we'll see. They got about a week and a half, as Nicole said there, to negotiate. It looks like, it looks like there's room to negotiate there. And President Trump has said he's fine with body cameras, and I'm not quite sure what he said about the masks, but he did tell Caitlin Collins to smile more. And ironically, that is our keyword in the 5K day bonus split. Smile, S-M-I-L-E, smile. kind of like Smile and Mark McKay. Enter Smile into the WSB Radio app or WSBRadio.com/cash, and you can win $1,000. The aforementioned Smile and Mark McKay.
Good morning, Mark. Outbound delays on I-20. Give yourself a few extra minutes if you're heading out to Stonecrest, Lithonia, Conyers, Covington. I-20 is all stacked up. That's left lane construction that's holding you up on I-20 eastbound. Stacked in, leaving Wesley Chapel Road, trying to get through Panola. You can avoid it all together by using Covington Highway. Right lane's a little crowded into that work zone on the west side. That's I-20 eastbound approaching I-285. South side slow zone developing now out of Stockbridge. I-75 southbound. A bit slow leaving I-675 down to exit 224 Hudson Bridge Road. This report sponsored by King's Hawaiian Sliders. Nothing brings friends and family together on game day like delicious King's Hawaiian Sliders. Bring them to the big game table and be the real MVP. Football and King's Hawaiian Irresistible Sliders. There's nothing like it. Smile and Mark McKay, 95.5 WSB.
I need your attention.
Where you're going is a given.
Use caution as you travel through the area.
How you're getting there.
Major slowdown.
That's the question.
The outer loop slow as you leave Truist Park.
Before you hit the navigation
And
app.
so maybe jump north of there and use La Vista Road.
Listen to the people you trust.
Unusual delays with the direction of this crash.
Updated traffic as often as you need every time you listen.
Following extreme delays.
More experience, more reliable, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, triple team traffic.
And the delays are growing out of
95.5 WSB. How Atlanta gets there.
For Valentine's Day, Tara Fine Jewelry Company's immaculate, beautiful showroom speaks for itself. You'll find a gift as wonderful as the love that brought you there. Every showcase home to magnificent designs. Tara Fine Jewelry Company, Buford, just 3 miles from the Mall of Georgia.
Hey everyone, it's your buddy Shelly Winter here. Join me this Saturday at noon for the Car Guys with Kevin Deutsch from Butler Lexus of South Atlanta. Buy or lease, fix or sell, everything you want to know about cars, we will cover Saturday noon to 1 right here on 95.5 WSB.
Is your water heater leaving shower time feeling like a polar plunge? Overloaded electrical panel? Have your lights flickering like a nightclub? Count on Castile Plumbing and Electrical to be there same day with no emergency service fee and next day installs. Whether your water heater needs repair or replacing, or your electrical panel needs an important safety upgrade, our highly trained specialists will get your issues sorted in no time. And with 0% interest financing on major repairs and installations, Castile can help you protect your budget too. Book CastileAir.com today. If you have Medicaid and are new to Medicare, you may qualify to enroll in a Humana Medicare Advantage dual-eligible special needs plan with a lot more benefits, like dental, vision, and hearing, along with helpful support when you need it most. Now is the time to see if you qualify to enroll. It only takes a few minutes to find out if you're eligible. Our licensed sales agents are ready to help you understand your options. So this Medicare planning season, we can help you plan well. Learn more at humanaduals.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Humana is a dual-eligible special needs HMO SNP plan with a Medicare contract and a contract with the state Medicaid program. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal.
You're losing your hair and you need a simple solution that works, but you want the best modern technology with top-rated physicians. You want something that's guaranteed to work. Guys, you need Advanced Hair. It's Mark Arum back with you. Advanced Hair is completely redefined hair restoration from the experience itself to the unmatched results they produce. Whether it's a receding hairline, bald spot, or thinning hair, address them all with a simple one-day treatment in a calm, relaxed environment with experienced professionals. Advanced Hair has performed tens of thousands of breakthrough FUE treatments, and get this, your own natural hair begins to regrow the very next day. No one else in Atlanta can offer the advanced FUE found at Advanced Hair. Fix hair loss today, starting with your free consultation, and you also get $500 if you move forward. Call 470-660-HAIR. Refine your hairline with the team that's redefined hair restoration, and don't forget to ask about that Advanced Hair Guarantee, advancedhair.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now.
800-575-2798.
Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-575-2798. That's 800-575-2798.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Life is a circle. At Emory Healthcare, this circle contains the first breakthroughs that bend fear toward hope. Echoes that become second chances. Love regained, tomorrow reclaimed. Emory is driven by firsts because second chances matter to keep life's circle moving forward. Emory Healthcare, the front line of care, the forefront of discovery. Visit emoryhealthcare.org/discover.
Enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And you can clip and save more with digital coupons in the Kroger app. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. So it's always easy to save big. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
Right now, save big on USDA Choice whole boneless beef brisket. Just $2.99 a pound with your card. Limit 2. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Such deceit is incompatible with public service. Let me be clear. No one is above accountability.
Ooh, strong words from British Prime Minister Keir Starmer. As former U.S. Ambassador Peter Mandelson was all over those Epstein files. Speaking of the Epstein files, the scandal surrounding the late sex offender, raising uncomfortable questions, including Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates. Details from ABC News Chief International Correspondent James Longman.
The billionaire speaking with 9 News Australia about his relationship with Epstein, saying they met in 2011.
I never went to the island. I never met any women. And so, the more that comes out, the more clear it'll be that although the time was a mistake, it had nothing to do with that kind of behavior.
Gates insisted his relationship with Epstein was focused on raising money for philanthropy and global health. His interview coming one day after the billionaire's ex-wife Melinda French Gates spoke out in an interview of her own.
I am so happy to be away from all the muck.
Ooh, the Epstein files keep on coming. All right, keyword, 5K day bonus splits is SMILE, S-M-I-L-E, SMILE. Pop that into the WSB radio app. You get a call in a couple minutes from an 833 number. Answer it. It's us telling you you win $1,000. News, weather, and traffic in 3. And then Peter Greenberg, travel expert, live next on the Mark Arum Show.
I am more and more mindful that to take care of my family, I've got to take care of myself. And thanks to the Georgia Spa Company, well, they believe in wellness and that it can fit into your life. And right now, they want you to know warm water helps your body slow down, your muscles can relax, the tension can fade away. That's why I love my hot tub in the backyard. And they can help you find the right hot tub or sauna for lasting comfort, stress relief, and recovery. Visit Georgia Spa Company, one of 9 Georgia locations, and online at georgiaspacompany.com.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Priority Men's Medical Center restores your love life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To restore your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop, opt out.
Mom, can we get snacks?
Unless chips are on sale for $3.99, we're in a snack drought, buddy.
Hey, remember Current? They can get us up to $750 before payday once we qualify.
Wait, $750 of our money now?
Yep, and they're even offering an extra $75 sign-up bonus right now. Set up an eligible payroll deposit and see if we qualify for an advance. No hassle, no credit checks.
Gummy worms, here we come.
Current has your back with up to $750 in paycheck advances once you qualify. And right now, get an extra $75 bonus when you set up an eligible payroll deposit. Join the millions who count on Current when it matters most. Text LOUD to 323232 now. That's LOUD to 323232. LOUD to 323232.
Paycheck advance is offered by FindCo Advance LLC, a financial technology company, not an FDIC-insured bank. Eligibility and available amounts may vary and are subject to change at any time. For full terms and conditions, visit current.com/radio or call 1-888-851-3177 for more information.
Hey everyone, it's your buddy Shelley Winter here. Join me this Saturday at noon for the Car Guys with Kevin Deutsch from Butler Lexus of South Atlanta. Buy or lease, fix or sell, everything you want to know about cars, we will cover Saturday noon to 1 right here on 95.5 WSB.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
Hi there. Good morning. It is 10:30. I'm Sabrina Cupid. A tragic house fire in DeKalb County claims the lives of 4 members of the same family. Responding crews found heavy fire at the house on Winthrop Drive.
We had one resident outside of the burning structure stating that there were others inside.
Now, Captain Jason Daniels says they made entry, removed one victim with critical injuries. They were rushed to Grady but later died. 3 others who were found inside already dead from the fire. Investigators still working to determine a cause. And we do have the identification now of those who were killed in that fire. The medical examiner identifying the victims as 43-year-old Joseph Thomas, 73-year-old Marianne Chambers, 70-year-old John Chambers, and 70-year-old Willie Smith, all dying in that fire. Your weather for today, it's going to be sunny this afternoon, but staying cool and breezy. Afternoon highs only around 43, says WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. She'll have Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up in about 2 minutes. Well, the public's invited to an event tonight to honor a Gwinnett County police officer killed over the weekend in a shooting at a Stone Mountain hotel. A second officer is recovering after being shot in the face in that same attack. The candlelight vigil for Pradeep Tamang and David Reed starts at 7 tonight at Cross Point Church off Satellite Boulevard in Duluth. The suspect in that double shooting now in jail this morning after being treated at the hospital. This is new this half hour. Federal investigators releasing a new report on the probable cause, I should say, of a MARTA accident involving a worker more than a year ago.
The NTSB says insufficient worker safety procedures contributed to a MARTA employee being hit by a train in October of 2024. The agency's report also finds the designated lookout person was doing something else when the train approached and failed to see it. The injured worker was part of a team of technicians performing maintenance work on train approach lights between the Art Center Station and Lindbergh Center Station in Atlanta. The train strike caused the worker's leg to be amputated below the knee. Cheryl Castro, 95.5 WSB.
Now to Arizona, where the search for Nancy Guthrie continues. Savannah Guthrie, her brother and sister, posting a video in it. They spoke directly to their mother's possible abductors, pleading with them for a sign that she's alive. Anna Schechter has more.
We're 5 days in. This could be a Hail Mary pass because they haven't established a line of communication. So at this point, they don't have anything to lose. This is a desperate plea to establish communication with the captors.
And again, Guthrie has been missing now for 5 days. Former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton is pushing for a public hearing in her standoff with House Oversight Committee Chair James Comer. Clinton took aim at Comer in a post on X, writing, "There's nothing more transparent than a public hearing. Cameras on. We're going to be there." Now, her request comes as she and her husband, former President Bill Clinton, struggled to reach an agreement with the Oversight Committee over testimony the panel is seeking in its investigation into the late convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Let's take a look at the markets right now. The Dow is down 616 at 48,884. So the Dow's down more than a full percent. NASDAQ's down more than 1.5%, and the S&P's not far behind. Smiler Mark McKay joining us now from the 24-hour traffic center. He has a look at your roads.
I certainly do, Sabrina, and I see slowing on I-20 eastbound approaching Fulton Industrial Boulevard, exit 49, really crowding in at that single lane that takes you to 285 North in that west side construction zone. And extra times needed heading out toward the mall at Stonecrest, Lithonia, and on to Conyers, Covington, working your way through I-20 where that work continues in the left lane of I-20 eastbound past Panola Road, exit 71. Downtown's in pretty good shape. Crash reported by DOT on the northbound side, 75-85 northbound, just north of I-20. Smiler Mark McKay, 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Upward. Sunshine returns this afternoon, but staying cool with highs in the low 40s, dropping down to the upper 20s for tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, mostly sunny and a little warmer with a high near 60, but the wind picks back up on Saturday, so despite the sunshine, staying cool with highs in the mid-40s.
It is 34 degrees right now in Villa Rica. It's 33 in Ackworth and Dunwoody. We'll have more news at 11 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
It pays to have the WSB radio app. Download it today and get ready for the Blitz.
I just won $1,000 on WSB.
WSB 5K a day bonus blitz. 5 chances every weekday to win $1,000.
That is awesome.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
Your next chance to win is at 12 p.m.
Are you serious?
95.5 WSB.
Download the WSB radio app now.
The rule says that if, anybody can ask for objects that have been seized in a criminal investigation, if they can point to
That's
any
legal
kind of
analyst
illegality.
Rebecca Royfee commenting on the FBI raid in Fulton County. Still to come. We'll continue that big local story. But next, travel expert Peter Greenberg live, 2 minutes away on the Mark Arum Show.
A family office is a team built to handle the 3 biggest financial responsibilities a family faces: wealth management, tax strategy, and estate planning. Most firms only manage your investments and refer the rest out, hoping everyone stays aligned. At Trajan, we built something different. Your wealth, tax planning, and estate planning are handled together inside one firm under one roof. There's no guessing whether your CPA, advisor, and estate attorney are truly in sync, because our team works together every day on your behalf. When your financial life becomes more complex, your advice should become more coordinated, not more fragmented. One plan, one trusted team. Call Trajan today, 404-208-3300. That's 404-208-3300.
Trajan Wealth, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures and accreditation at TrajanWealth.com.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.
10:37 on this glorious Thursday morn. Welcome back, friends. Mark Arum and crew with you till noon. 30 minutes from now, Deborah's got tickets to give away to see Paul Simon at Chastain. And then at 11:37, with Valentine's Day creeping ever closer, 9 days away now, 9 times, Deborah's got a $150 gift card to Spa Sidel to give away to make someone's Valentine's Day very special with that beautiful burgundy gift certificate. So 2 more chances to win today on the Mark Arum Show. Joining us live, our good friend, the travel detective, the travel expert, Mr. Travel himself, Peter Greenberg. Peter, how are you, brother?
I'm very good, sir.
You survived all of the polar vortex stuff that has crushed the United States?
I did, but I also got out of town. I flew to a location that we talked about before that you've never been to, the Kingdom of Lesotho in Africa.
How was it?
Over there. Amazing. It's a kingdom in the sky. It's the highest point in southern Africa, and it's a true kingdom. So we were preparing one of our new PBS specials there that we'll be shooting next month.
Excellent. I'm assuming you flew Southwest direct.
Yeah, with 82 stops. No, actually, to tell you the truth, it was about a 36-hour flight, New York to Doha, Doha then to Johannesburg, and then Johannesburg into Lesotho.
Fantastic. The reason I obviously knew Southwest didn't fly there, but there was some breaking news, I think, when concerning Southwest and their famous companion pass that broke this weekend. Yeah. I'm not sure. I've flown Southwest before, but I'm not a frequent flyer. What is this a really good deal? Because it sounds like it is.
It is, but you've got to book it by today, meaning if you book a flight on Southwest Airlines, pay for it today, the deadline is tonight, then you will then qualify for a companion pass that kicks in the fall for 2 months starting, I believe, in September, so September through the end of October. And then if you have flexibility and your companion has flexibility, they essentially fly free. All they have to do is to pay for the taxes on that ticket, but they're not paying for the fare. So if you plan in advance, it makes a lot of sense.
All right, so I have to book today. Do I have
for it today?
And pay for it today? Do I have to book with someone? Do I have to have that companion on this travel itinerary?
No.
Okay.
Just booking today gives you the companion pass.
And then come September, I can book a flight on Southwest and my companion flies for free.
Correct.
Does it have to be the same companion?
I'm not going to get into your personal life, Mark.
Well, I'm asking for our phone screener, Vinny, because he's in a budding relationship right now, but I don't want to lock in Kennedy as his companion because we don't know what's going to happen come fall time.
No, you don't have to lock in the companion at this moment, but come September you do. Once it's locked in, it's locked in.
All right, Vinny, hope you're taking notes. Book that Southwest flight today. And it could be like in Atlanta. We could fly to like Jacksonville or somewhere really close and get that.
You could.
That's awesome. All right, Peter, thanks for all right, I got to do that. I got to book somewhere. Do I have to take the flight? Do I actually have to go, or do I just pay for it?
No, of course you got to go.
Oh, all right. All right. We'll see what this gets. That's a phenomenal deal. One more travel story question for you. Deborah, there's apparently new carry-on size rules. Is this nationwide? Is this...
This was coming across by travel people on TikTok that they're changing the carry-on rule, and I figured who knows better than Peter?
Yeah, Peter, do you have any idea on this?
It's not they are changing the carry-on rule. Individual airlines are changing their sizers and their limits. Because it's all sort of confusing. You see those bag sizers at gates, and even though your bag might fit in, your carry-on bag, if the wheels extend or the handle extends, all of a sudden it's no longer qualified for the carry-on bag. So they're changing the rules again. It's driving luggage manufacturers a little nuts because they now have to redesign the bags. So
no, I'm sure they're loving it. They might be like, yeah, we can sell more bags because there's new restrictions.
Yes and no, because they're selling bags that they're guaranteeing will be qualified as carry-on, which may not be. So they have a problem as well. But we're going to follow that. It's not complete yet. We'll know about it in about another 10 days.
Are you a carry-on freak, or you like to check bags when you travel?
I believe there are only two kinds of airline bags, carry-on and lost.
Oh, okay. So when you're on, like you just had that crazy trip to Africa, you just had a carry-on bag.
No, when it's international, I'm forced to check in.
Okay.
On domestic, I never do.
Interesting. I'm a check luggage kind of guy. I'm a notorious overpacker. But my father-in-law, he could take a flight around the world, and he just has his backpack. I don't know how he does it.
Well, listen, if you're going to check bags, go out and get one of those AirTags from Apple. There are other systems that work as well. They really help you find your bag before the airline even tries to lose it.
Travel expert Peter Greenberg joining us live on the Mark Arum Show. I don't know if you have a rooting interest in the Super Bowl this Sunday, but apparently travel companies are going to be spending big bucks when it comes to these Super Bowl ads.
Yeah, you've got United doing a big ad. You've got Southwest Airlines doing a big ad. Spending a lot of money there. But that's what a Super Bowl ad is all about. The question is, do they make a difference? Are they entertainment, or are they really giving you information that makes a difference? And right now, the jury's out. And by the way, the jury's out every year on this. We'll see if the money was well spent.
Do we see big air? I'm trying to think of Super Bowl ads in the past. Like, do we see a Delta or an American Airlines? Do they need to spend $10 million on an ad in the Super Bowl?
You know what? Most of these ads are ego. I don't really buy it. But you know what? It hasn't stopped them before, and it may not stop them again.
And do you have a rooting interest?
Yeah, I'm rooting for the halftime show.
Wait, the Bad Bunny one or the Turning Point one? Do you want country or you want Latin.
No, I'm going for the Puppy Bowl. What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah, obviously, the Puppy Bowl. By the way, I made a mistake, Deborah. So, Peter, you probably don't care about this, but Maya and I are going through the process of adopting a beagle through one of the local shelters here. And they had the Westminster Dog Show and a Doberman Pinscher one. And I send it to Maya, and Maya's been wanting a Doberman Pinscher instead of a beagle. And she's like, we're already halfway through the process. Why are you sending me a Doberman Pinscher ad? But yes, good point. The Puppy Bowl is certainly worth watching. Final question for you, Peter. I love food and I love travel. And apparently, I'm not alone. There are certain new packages now that will let you travel and enjoy some culinary treats.
Yeah, we're living in a world of gastronomic explosion here. So many travel operators, including cruise lines, are dedicating their itineraries to culinary, and it's a really good deal. If you like to be a participatory person when it comes to travel and get your hands dirty in the kitchen, this is a great way to do it. And by the way, you'll learn something along the way as well. You're not just eating, you're preparing, and you're learning.
Are you a cruise guy, Peter?
I am if it's the right ship.
And what's your take? I used to be anti-cruise until I went on one. I went on an Alaskan cruise, and then my buddy got married on a Caribbean cruise, and I was like, oh, they've got food, all you can eat and casinos. I am in on cruises. When you go on cruises, are you a let me eat at the chef's table dining kind of guy, or are you more of a buffet guy?
Well, you know what? What happens on a cruise is on the very first day, you drink like a fish and you eat like there's no tomorrow. Then nobody sees you for 2 days, including you.
Yes.
And then you come to your senses and enjoy the cruise.
So not a buffet dude. You're gonna stuff.
Oh no, yes, I am a buffet dude, but there's no race to see how much you can get on your plate.
Yeah, there's no. Everyone finishes first at a buffet. All right, Peter, where are you now? Where are you heading to next, buddy?
I'm in New York today, heading to Los Angeles tomorrow, and then off to Monaco. So we'll talk from there in a couple of weeks.
Oh, speaking of casinos, don't they have wasn't there a Bond film set at a casino in Monaco?
Yes, but you don't want to go.
All right, fair enough. Peter, safe travels. Always a pleasure to share your wisdom, my friend.
You got it, Mark.
There you go. Travel expert Peter Greenberg. Deborah, you seem to be like a carry-on luggage person, not a check bag person.
I mean, if I'm just flying around the United States, I can do a carry-on. But if I go to Europe, you gotta do a check-in.
When you fly with the family, Longoria, I first of all, bless your heart, your wife, the two girls. I mean, I love your family so much, but I know traveling with a family is extra stressful. Mm-hmm. What do the girls do? Do they have those cute little carry-on bags, or do you not let them check bags?
We check bags. They usually have one carry-on and one check bag.
All right.
They travel really a lot of stuff.
There's
a lot of stuff.
They're professional cheerleaders now.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
It's good when we're flying though, because one of them can sit in the middle seat. So my husky butt, has some room.
Heard. All right, good stuff. 10:46 on the Mark Arum Show. When we come back, if you've been investing in Bitcoin, oh my God, it's been a roller coaster, and it's dipping severely now. Why the dip? We're going to talk to Mayao Shen from Bloomberg News on why all of the cryptocurrencies are falling off a cliff. That's coming up next. Right now, though, we got to check the ride around town. 11:46, the live latest from Smile and Mark McKay.
Travel advisory, Mark, rolling into Midtown Atlanta from Buckhead and Brookhaven, live on the Jam Cam. Atlanta Fire Rescue Hero Unit taking out 2 left lanes, including the express lane with a crash 85 southbound south of Georgia 400. Stacking things up back into that merge. You want to avoid it altogether. Use the Buford Spring connector into Midtown. West Side Perimeter crash has Cobb Fire Rescue knocking out a right lane. This is a van that's off the roadway. 285 southbound, the outer loop at Atlanta Road, exit 16. Smile and Mark McKay, 95.5 WSB.
Get the WSB radio app.
This story is breaking right now.
Get notifications from your source for news.
If you have the WSB radio app, then you saw the breaking news.
Get the WSB radio app.
Don't miss a thing with the WSB app.
Download it from the App Store today.
This is Scott Slade, and I've depended on the great people at Ragsdale Heating and Air for many years, keeping my family comfortable no matter what kind of wild swings Atlanta weather may bring. And thanks to Ragsdale, I didn't worry 1 minute about my systems working fine during a recent Arctic blast. And especially now with cold weather keeping us indoors more, Ragsdale wants to make sure you stay comfortable with the Ragsdale Free Furnace February offer. When you purchase a new Carrier home comfort system, you'll receive the new furnace for free. And you not only save now, but you're covered for the next 15 years with Ragsdale's own trusted 15-year parts and labor warranty. They've been taking great care of their customers for 3 decades now. Many of their employees have been with them for 10, 20, even 30 years. No wonder they have over 11,000 reviews and a 4.9 Google rating. Ragsdale's the name I know you can trust to take care of your plumbing, electrical, and insulation jobs, too. It's easy to schedule your visit online at ragsdaleair.com or give one of their friendly customer service reps a call. Take advantage now of free Furnace February with Ragsdale, the name I know you can trust.
I'm here with Chris Hoffman, the founder of Hoffman Financial Group and host of Money Unleashed right here on 95.5 WSB. Chris, you've talked for years about the importance of having a financial plan in place because it gives us that roadmap for the journey of retirement. That helps us navigate the ups and the downs, when life doesn't go to script. But hey, when can we ever count on life to go according to script?
Yeah, it never does, but we can script it out for you financially. And this is a pretty robust offer that we would present to you today. The first step is you call us or you go to unleashyourmoney.com and click that portfolio x-ray button or the 401k x-ray. That'll allow us to do about a 10 to 14 page report. We give it to you. It assesses exactly what's included in your financial life, all of your investments. From there, if you want us to take step 2 for you, again, completely complimentary, free of charge, we will build you an income plan to replace your paycheck in retirement. That income plan also includes tax strategies, which are extremely important for people in today's environment. Then if you want us to take the final step, we can fold all of that into a full financial plan and map it out for the rest of your life or until age 100. All 3 of those offers, completely free of charge, completely complimentary. I would start with that portfolio x-ray. It'll take us a few hours to generate the report. We do all that behind the scenes. We give it to you in a half an hour, 45-minute meeting. Very valuable information for you to have on your ready and take home with you.
Call the Hoffman Financial Group today, 770-580-2024. That's 770-580-2024 or online at unleashyourmoney.com. Investment advisory services offered through Brookstone Wealth Advisors, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Hoffman Financial Group Incorporated, Georgia Insurance License number 163546.
When the new year hits, every business could use a little something to stay ahead. A lift, a jump start, an edge, or perhaps a boost. Like the all-new 5-year business boost from Comcast Business. It's the certainty of a price lock for 5 years on qualifying internet bundles. Plus, you'll have the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment, so your whole team can stay connected at a great rate. And to sweeten the deal, ask about a $500 prepaid card when you add 2 lines of mobile. It's the boost your business deserves. So sign up for the 5-year business boost and get a 5-year price lock on ultra-reliable Wi-Fi. Plus, ask about a $500 prepaid card. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 3/22/26. New customers only. 1-year contract required for guaranteed rate. 5-year pricing applies to monthly service charge excluding taxes and fees. Best Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
At All Care Georgia, we recognize that maintaining a healthy weight isn't just about how you look. It's also about feeling good and improving overall health. That's why our physicians and weight loss specialists offer comprehensive weight management plans customized for you. At All Care, we can assist with lifestyle modifications, provide nutritional counseling, and, if clinically appropriate, prescribe weight loss medications like GLP-1s as part of a medically supervised program. Learn more at allcare-ga/weight.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. If you're over 55 and with one of the big 3 carriers, like Verizon, you may notice they don't talk much about their 55-plus discounts. That's so customers like you keep paying their regular higher rates to boost their bottom line. You deserve better service, with 100% US-based experts, better value, with plans starting at $20, and a company that's built for people 50-plus, like me. Not convinced? Give your current carrier a call, ask about the 55-plus plan you've earned, see how long it takes to get a real person on the line, and if they try to talk you out of it. But if you want something better, call Consumer Cellular. We've got the same great coverage, and our US-based experts can get you switched in about 20 minutes. Switch now to Consumer Cellular and get your second month free for a limited time. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com for your second month free.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
I feel like falling in love.
10:53 on the Mark Arum Show. 3 years ago today, Beyonce won her 32nd Grammy to become the most decorated artist in the history of the world. Let me hear a little more of it, Longoria. This is Cuff It. 32 Grammys Beyonce has won, Deborah. That's insane. My friend from home, Jamie Dwyer, he was my brother's friend, younger brother's friend. He went to the Grammys. He designed the cover art of the album of some Grammy award-winning artist.
Well, that narrows it down.
I know. I'll show you later.
Okay, there's a new award for that.
But he went on stage.
Yeah, there's an award now for artistry.
Yeah,
It's brand new.
So I'm 1 degree of separation away from a Grammy award-winning artist.
Well, you'll Vinny soon
Vinny
enough.
will eventually
Yeah.
be there. 10:53 on the Mark Arum Show. Checking the markets. Dow's down 650. NASDAQ's down 411. And buckle up. Crypto. Bitcoin is down almost $6,000 right now. 8% drop just today. And it has been falling off a cliff. Joining us live from Bloomberg News, Miao Shen. Miao, good morning. Thanks so much for your time. I mean, I've got friends that are invested in Bitcoin, and they are freaking out. 1.7 trillion crypto assets lost since the October peak. Do we have any idea what's going on with this?
Thanks for having me on the show, Mark. I think certainly we need to acknowledge, as you said just earlier, there's a broader sell-off across different asset class, and that's affecting crypto as well. If you just look at gold and silver, which are also retreating from recent highs. But I think the main problem with crypto specific, there is a crisis phase at the moment. Because I feel like, over the past year, we got everything. Crypto seems like got everything, like a crypto-friendly administration in the U.S. and like clear regulatory frameworks in the U.S. as well. And we also see adoption from Wall Street. But meanwhile, prices are just going down, right? I think that's a hard problem at the moment because it's an asset class that people try and be sell to sort of investors for years that this is asset class going to go up, right? But when it's going down, it's hard to sell this narrative to investors these days.
Is there a floor that we expect investors to jump back in because it's fallen 44%, Bitcoin specifically, since October? Do investors have any indication of, all right, let's buy the dip now?
So based on some of the conversation I've had with traders, one of the key price, I think, flow at the moment is around, I think, 65K. That's where we saw the last, I think, like a lower in 2024. But the issue is also that we don't have any large sort of buyers in the market at the moment. I think traditionally we had a strategy, Michael Saylor's MicroStrategy, that's been buying Bitcoin. But right now, if you look at some of the biggest companies in crypto, such as Tether, the stablecoin issuer, they've been buying a lot of gold instead of Bitcoin, right? So that's also causing a problem.
The meteoric rise of not just Bitcoin, but all cryptocurrencies in the first year of the second Trump presidency. President Trump seems to be such a pro-crypto guy. Has his feelings changed at all? Is that maybe adding to the woes?
I don't think so, just based on everything we're seeing in public, because President Trump has been very supportive of the industry. In fact, I think he's recently said things like, he actually saved the industry. For example, we have the passage of a bill that's going to benefit a specific type of cryptocurrency stablecoins. We expect to see a lot of adoption from both Wall Street, like fintech, neobanks, or crypto in general. So I don't think, there's any specific changes from the administration that's affecting the market at the moment.
Miao Chen, Bloomberg News, fantastic insight. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
There you go. I've got friends that are not happy right now. I saw a meme on social media. It was like, I told my uncle to buy Bitcoin when it was 120,000, and then it's like a meme of the Terminator chasing after the kid. And this is my uncle now. That stinks. I don't know. Would you buy the dip? Do you hold? Do you sell? I'm not invested. And if I was, I would have sold long ago. And I would be furious when it hit 120. All right, Sabrina's got your news, weather, and traffic in 2. When we come back, updating our top local stories. Deborah's got Paul Simon tickets to give away at Chastain. Straight ahead on The Mark Arum Show.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Apply stop, opt out.
Mom, can we get snacks? Unless chips are on sale for $3.99, we're in a snack drought, buddy.
Hey, remember Current? They can get us up to $750 before payday once we qualify.
Wait, $750 of our money now?
Yep, and they're even offering an extra $75 sign-up bonus right now. Set up an eligible payroll deposit and see if we qualify for an advance. No hassle, no credit checks.
Gummy worms, here we come.
Current has your back with up to $750 in paycheck advances once you qualify. And right now, get an extra $75 bonus when you set up an eligible payroll deposit. Join the millions who count on Current when it matters most. Text LOUD to 323232 now. That's LOUD to 323232. LOUD to 323232.
Paycheck advance is offered by FindCo Advance LLC, a financial technology company, not an FDIC insured bank. Eligibility and available amounts may vary and are subject to change at any time. For full terms and conditions, visit current.com/radio or call 1-888-851-3177 for more information.
You're losing your hair and you need a simple solution that works, but you want the best modern technology with top-rated physicians. You want something that's guaranteed to work. Guys, you need Advanced Hair. It's Mark Arum back with you. Advanced Hair is completely redefined hair restoration from the experience itself to the unmatched results they produce. Whether it's a receding hairline, bald spot, or thinning hair, address them all with a simple one-day treatment in a calm, relaxed environment with experienced professionals. Advanced Hair has performed tens of thousands of breakthrough FUE treatments, and get this, your own natural hair begins to regrow the very next day. No one else in Atlanta can offer the advanced FUE found at Advanced Hair. Fix hair loss today, starting with your free consultation, and you also get $500 if you move forward. Call 470-660-HAIR. Refine your hairline with the team that's redefined hair restoration. And don't forget to ask about that Advanced Hair Guarantee. AdvancedHair.com.
WSB Atlanta, WSB BFM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk. News, weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
It's 11 o'clock. Good morning. I'm Sabrina Cupid. We have new information on a deadly house fire in DeKalb County. That fire left 4 members of the same family dead.
When crews arrived at the home on Winthrop Drive near Glenwood Avenue and I-20, they found heavy smoke and flames, and a family member told them people were still inside.
Quickly made entry, and we were able to find one victim, which we transported to Grady with various injuries.
But Captain Jason Daniels says that person later died at the hospital, and tragically 3 others were found already dead inside. The victims, 3 men and 1 woman, range in age from 43 to 73. Fortunately, no firefighters were injured. Graham Carroll, 95.5 WSB.
All right, so your weather for today, those morning clouds moving out, sunshine moving in this afternoon. Still, though, cool and breezy. Highs only around 43, says WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. She'll have Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up in just about 2 minutes. DeKalb's Coventry Road will be closed this morning until 4 this afternoon. That's between Chelsea Circle and Heaton Park Drive. The road's closed for tree removal work in that area. DeKalb County saying detour signs will be on the street to help drivers. We'll check in with the 24-hour traffic center in just a moment. A new report this morning cites inadequate worker safety procedures at MARTA for a train strike more than a year ago that injured an employee.
The accident in October of 2024 led to a leg amputation for the injured worker. The NTSB says at the time of the accident, MARTA's procedures for track protection were insufficient for the location and type of work being performed at the train track. The agency's report goes on to say the designated watch person was also doing something else when the train approached, so the injured worker wasn't warned in time. The worker was with a team performing maintenance on train approach lights between the Art Center Station and Lindbergh Center Station in Atlanta. Cheryl Castro, 95.5 WSB.
Well, the scandal surrounding the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein raising uncomfortable questions for many of the rich and powerful, including Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates. We get more now from correspondent James Longman.
The billionaire speaking with 9 News Australia about his relationship with Epstein, saying they met in 2011.
I never went to the island. I never met any women. And so, the more that comes out, the more clear it'll be that although the time was a mistake, it had nothing to do with that kind of behavior.
Gates insisted his relationship with Epstein was focused on raising money for philanthropy and global health. His interview coming one day after the billionaire's ex-wife Melinda French Gates spoke out in an interview of her own.
I am so happy to be away from all the muck.
Now, former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton is pushing for a public hearing in her standoff with House Oversight Committee Chair James Comey. Clinton took aim at Comey in a post on X, writing, "There's nothing more transparent than a public hearing. Cameras on. We will be there." The United States and Russia have agreed to restart high-level military dialogue. The talks aim to reduce tensions and avoid military collisions, especially after incidents like the March 2023 drone encounter over the Black Sea. And a new report today shows the nation's supply of beef is dropping more than predicted, and with fewer cattle comes higher prices for you and me.
We've been basically at record high levels of retail beef prices, and I think that's going to continue.
David Anderson at Texas A&M says that a months-long drought is being blamed for the decline. It impacts ranchers' ability, he says, to expand. And while we're talking of the grocery store, remember Minute Maid frozen orange juice?
On a morning like this, you're not focusing on the fine points of frozen orange juice.
Today, the company is halting sales of frozen juice concentrate to focus on fresh juices instead. Minute Maid frozen juices, including orange juice, lemonade, and limeade, will be discontinued by April. Let's take a look at the markets. The Dow right now is down more than a full percent. NASDAQ's down more than 1.5%. The S&P's also in the red this morning. Time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. We say good morning to Alex Williams. He has a look at your roads.
Hey, good morning, Sabrina. Watching a slow ride into Midtown via I-85 southbound. That ride's stacking in from Georgia 400 down to where a crash that was in two left lanes before 17th Street, now blocking the HOV lane. So that's keeping that ride slow. It's also putting extra pressure on the Beaufort Spring connector. Had a northbound crash just north of I-20 on 7585. That as well is gone. Some leftover volume behind it from University Avenue, and the left lane construction active into Cobb County. This is I-20 eastbound just east of Panola Road, exit 71. Slowing you as you head out to the mall at Stonecrest. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Cloud cover giving way to sunshine this afternoon, but staying breezy and cool with highs in the low 40s, dropping down to the upper 20s for tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, sunny skies, trending a little warmer, high near 60. But a dry, cold front moves in on Saturday, so sunshine but trending colder with highs in the mid-40s.
It's 34 degrees in Kennesaw. Decatur and Alpharetta both have 35 degrees right now. We'll have more news at 11:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
No, I'll run this town to be near you.
11:05 on an extremely busy news day Thursday. Welcome back, friends. Mark, Arum, and crew with you till noon. Coming up in 1 hour, I'm going to give you a keyword in the 5K a day bonus blitz. Another chance to win $1,000 right here on 95.5 WSB. You can use that $1,000. Book your Southwest flight today, and then you get the companion pass in the fall. That's I just tried to book a flight this weekend. I might have to go to Columbus, Ohio. And the only problem with Southwest were there was only one direct flight a day to Columbus, Ohio. And it was like $800 round trip to go up for one day. And I don't make Longoria management money. I can't afford that. So maybe I'll sneak in another chance after the show, book a Southwest flight. In 30 minutes, Deborah's got a $150 Sposadale gift card to give away. But this is a prize that I want. Giving away right now, Deborah, we have a pair of tickets to see what musical legend and where?
The musical legend of Paul Simon. He's going to be playing Chastain on July 13th.
Phenomenal. Vinny, let's do the 10th caller to 404-872-0750. Caller number 10 to 404-872-0750 wins a pair of tickets to see. He's got to be in some sort of Songwriters, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, something.
Everything, yeah.
He's in everything. And he's at Chastain. 10th caller to 404-872-0750 wins a pair of tickets to see Paul Simon at Chastain, courtesy of the Mark Arum Show and 95.5 WSB. All right. Vinny, it's caller 10. You can deal with that. Why are you being all grumpy? All right, no, you're all right. He's smiling now. I want to update a couple of things. We didn't get a chance to talk about it yesterday. Ryan Ruth was in court yesterday for sentencing. You might not remember the name. He was the wackadoo that was outside the golf course where President Trump was. This was during the campaign, after the Butler assassination attempt, which was scary. And then this guy was like camped out outside of President Trump's golf course, and then the Secret Service arrested him, and he had a gun. You remember that story? Ryan Ruth. Anyway, wackadoo, in the court proceedings, didn't he try to stab himself with a pencil or something,
with
Deborah?
With a pen in the neck or something
yeah,
like that?
So
yeah,
I mean, just crazy. So the sentencing was yesterday. And I believe it was up to the judge because he pled guilty. I don't know what was going on, but it was up to the judge to determine Ryan Ruth's fate. The would-be assassin second would-be assassin of President Trump. What happened in the sentencing yesterday,
All right,
Deborah?
so he was convicted for attempted assassination on President Trump in Florida and was sentenced to life in prison plus 7 years.
So he's done. He's out. There's nothing. He's now. I mean, the guy is certifiable. Do we know if he's going to be in a regular prison or?
I mean, remember he had that psychiatric evaluation?
Yeah.
Like when he was first in court because of trying to stab himself or something. So it doesn't say where he's going to be at yet. But I imagine if he's already. He says he's been showed both bipolar disorder and narcissistic personality disorder. So I imagine if he has that, they can't just
Either
put
way,
him
he's
in Oz.
off the streets for the rest of his life. So that's good. Good on that judge for getting Ryan Ruth off. He was like in sentencing, they had him in shackles, like complete because last time he wasn't. He grabbed a pen and was stabbing himself. Like anyway, he's done. He's off the street for forever. Speaking of assassination, the Charlie Kirk assassin had a court appearance too. Don't forget that's still a thing. But apparently the Utah judicial system moves at a snail's pace, and like we won't see that trial happen anytime soon. I know. Apparently there's each state has different laws in the courts, but that's still a thing too. But we won't see that suspect in court. He's alive, and death penalty, is that on the table?
They
I
have
would
that in
imagine.
Utah?
I would think so. If California has it, Utah should have it. Speaking of President Trump, this is cool. They're calling them Trump homes, and there might be 1 million of them built. What exactly is a Trump home, Deborah?
So these are actually not pitched by the president, but two not home builder association, but two big home builders. One of them is Lennar and the other one's Taylor Morrison Homes. They do a lot of construction. They are considering some type of plan where they can build about 1 million entry-level houses. So maybe not the big McMansions or anything, but your standard 3-2s maybe that we all grew up in, entry-level homes. And they're calling them Trump homes because they're supposed to be for first-time home buyers. And they want this kind of rent to own where you'd be able to, rather than make this big down payment that we have to save up years to do, you'd be able to put rental payments down. And then after 3 years, that would be applied to you to own the home.
I love this idea because home affordability for first-time home buyers is an absolute struggle right now. The average price of homes in Metro Atlanta, like I'm deep into my career, doing fine, and like every year I'm like, every month I'm like, do we have enough for the mortgage? I mean, and I was lucky that I bought my first home, a townhome. It was affordable. I could handle it. But since then, the early 2000s, you can't. The lack of affordable housing is crazy. So I like the idea of, and especially, your first home doesn't need to be a McMansion. Like, get a small home, buy it, rent to buy, get that equity in there, and build, some sort of wealth and equity. I love that idea. There was a town in Long Island called Levittown. Have you ever heard of Levittown, New York?
No.
So Levittown is very interesting. It was like the first post-World War II planned city.
Like your real suburbs.
Yes. So it's on Long Island, and the whole city was planned from soup to nuts. And it was built, I'm paraphrasing, basically to give GIs an affordable home to live in when they came back from World War II. So if you go to Levittown, like all the houses now, like they're painted different and there's additions, but it was a planned town of, probably like 80,000 people at least. And it was just made so that GIs could come home and own a home. I'd like to see more of that.
You have the GI Bill.
Yes. That's mostly education, though, isn't it?
Don't like veterans have special mortgages where they
should.
don't? They think they do. They don't have to put as much down for homes.
They should. One more President Trump story, and I'm assuming he okayed this. Have you seen that new Fannie Mae commercial? Have you seen it, Deborah? So Fannie Mae, they're in the home lending, speaking of homes and everything. So there's a commercial going on, and it's President Trump talking about the importance of Fannie Mae and building. And I was like, wow, it was a really good commercial. And then the second time it ran, I looked on the underneath, and it said did you guess it?
Is it AI?
It is AI.
Yeah, I'm surprised they can do AI with the president.
Well, he had to have given his approval.
I just AI'd Shelley. He didn't give me his approval.
That's true. But I mean, anyway, so it's a good commercial, and it features President Trump talking. And it's the first time I saw it, I was like, wow, it was a really good commercial. And the second time I saw the fine print, it was like, this is an AI-generated voice. Now, did President Trump, was he like, yeah, do it, I'm too busy? He had to, you cannot use an AI voice of the president without his approval. Or did he hear it and be like, wow, that sounds really good. Go ahead and roll with that.
Was it Tim Andrews?
It might have. All right, I'm going to play it here. Longoria, pop me up, my friend. This is the all-new Fannie Mae Protector of the American Dream commercial.
President Donald J. Trump has built a strong economy and is revitalizing the American dream. He will go down as the greatest housing president in history.
America was built one home at a time. I believe that. Because the American dream was never just an idea. It was a front door, a set of keys, a place where families built their future. For generations, home ownership meant security, independence, and stability. But today, that dream feels out of reach for too many Americans. Not because they stopped working hard, but because the system stopped working for them. That's why protecting housing matters. Why institutions like Fannie Mae matter.
So that's an AI-generated Trump voice, which sounds really good. I can imagine. I mean, that's like that was. I wonder if he sees that and he's like, well, if anyone asked me for an endorsement, a campaign, right? We have a new gubernatorial candidate. I wonder if President Trump is just gonna be like, hey, just AI voice it. I don't, that sounds really good. Just have AI voice it. That's bad news for Tim Andrews, though. Is there gonna come a point where Von Hessler's like, you know what, Tim, I can't afford you anymore. We just
got AI.
We got AI to do that was. I mean, that was really good, right, Deborah? I'm not just.
No, that was really good. I think because we hear his voice a little more often, it could sound a little off, but the person who's just hearing on TV every once in a while.
It fooled me the first time. I was like, wow, that's a really... Anyway, yeah, really good. I thought this was a really good segment yesterday. You might remember yesterday in the final half hour of the show, we had on the reporter from Bloomberg talking about the Goldman Sachs lawyer that was in the Epstein files. Todd Gillespie from Bloomberg yesterday, very polite British individual. By the way, the lawyer that was in there, I forgot her name already. She apparently, I didn't know this during the interview, I would have asked it. She was a lawyer in the Obama administration. So before she got to Goldman Sachs, she had political ties to the Obama administration. I did not know that before the interview, so that's on me. I didn't ask Todd Gillespie, but he mentioned all of the, these finance people that were in these Epstein files, and I asked him as a joke. I asked him this question at the end of the interview. Final quick listener question, Todd. Listener wants to know if J.G. Wentworth is in the Epstein files.
JG, I'm afraid they can go to any listeners can go to the DOJ website themselves and type in any name. I think the helpful thing about these Epstein files is that they are released in a searchable format, so you can literally search someone's name.
So I thought it was a pretty good joke. Like, hey,
was laughing.
Yeah, and Longoria laughed. So I'm like, everyone knows who J.G. Wentworth is. And then I get in the newsroom today, and I'm talking to Graham Carroll from Atlanta's Morning News, Austin Eller from Atlanta's Morning News. And I told them I was like, hey, because Austin was like, I was at the gym. I was listening when you gave Sweet Ann Star the show. That was really nice. I was like, did you hear my thing with the Bloomberg guy? He's like, no, what happened? So I told him the J.G. Wentworth joke, and Austin starts laughing. And Graham's like, who's J.G. Wentworth?
Has he not seen the commercial?
So I started singing that. I was like, he's like, I have no idea what you're talking. And Austin's like, are you crazy? I'm like, what's going on here? And then Amanda Moyer comes in, the news director, and I say, Amanda Moyer, do you know who J.G. Wentworth is? And she goes, J.D. who? And then I started singing the song again. And she's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Wow. And I'm like, what is going on here?
Are they just not watching as much TV as we do?
Yes, but I mean, Vinny, you know J.G. Wentworth, right?
Yeah.
So
and Austin is as young as me.
So that's what I said. I'm like, well, I'm just a Gen Zer then. Because me, Vinny, and Austin all know who J.G. Wentworth. I was shocked. And then I was like, all right, when Sabrina, and Ashley on the digital desk. I sang the song, and she's like, oh, yeah, I know J.G. Wentworth.
Our boss did come in yesterday, and he knew who it was.
Yes. So I'm like, all right, the tiebreaker is going to be Sabrina. So Sabrina comes in, and I say, Sabrina, do you know who J.G. Wentworth is? And she thinks like this is a trick question. She's like, the name sounds familiar. And then I started singing the song. And she's like, oh, yeah, JG, the commercial. I have an annuity and I need cash now. It was so I thought everyone listening got the joke yesterday. But apparently maybe they're just bougie. Maybe Graham and Amanda Moy are just bougie. They didn't get the J.G. Wentworth joke.
I kind of got that the reporter didn't know it. I'm like, they don't have the same commercials in other countries, so maybe he's never seen it before.
Anyway, quick follow-up to that. I thought everyone got it, but apparently if you listened yesterday and you were like, well, who the hell's J.G. Wentworth? What kind of question was that? You are not alone. Is that still a thing? I don't have an annuity, and I don't need cash now. Well, actually, I do need cash now. You might need cash now, friends, and I can give you $1,000. Your chance to win $1,000 in the 5K day bonus splits. Coming up after the new news, I will give you a keyword. You pop the keyword into the WSB Radio app or online at WSBradio.com/cash, and you can win $1,000 just like that. 11:18, time to check the ride around town. Let's say hello and good morning to Alex Williams.
Miss those J.G. Wentworth commercials, Mark.
877 cash now.
If you have a structured settlement, that's right, buddy. Still watching this crash heading into Midtown, Mark. They're putting the last car on a tow truck here, 85 southbound. Before you get to 17th Street and the ramp to 75 north, it's on the left shoulder, but it's caused a few brake lights leaving Georgia 400. A lot of people bailed off and used the Beaufort Spring connector, so that one's slowing just south of Sidney Marcus Boulevard. In DeKalb County, left lane construction causing the brake lights to glow. I-20 eastbound. The barrels are out just east of Panola Road, exit 71, so you'll slow just past Wesley Chapel. Traffic brought to you by King's Hawaiian Sliders. Nothing brings friends and family together on game day like delicious King's Hawaiian Sliders. Bring them to the big game table and be the real MVP. Football and King's Irresistible Hawaiian Sliders. There's nothing like it. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
It pays to have the WSB Radio app. Download it today and get ready for the blitz.
I just won $1,000 on WSB.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz. 5 chances every weekday to win $1,000.
That is awesome.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
Your next chance to win is at 12 p.m.
Are you serious?
95.5 WSB.
Download the WSB Radio app now.
Happy 30th anniversary to the great people at Ragsdale Heating and Air. This is Scott Slade. 3 decades keeping families like mine comfortable. And you can stay comfortable this winter with the Ragsdale Free Furnace February offer. When you purchase the new Carrier home comfort system, you'll receive the new furnace for free. And that'll include Ragsdale's own trusted 15-year parts and labor warranty. 11,000 reviews with a 4.9 Google rating mean you can trust Ragsdale for plumbing, electrical, and insulation, too. Online at ragsdaleair.com or call them. Ragsdale is the name I know you can trust.
I'm here with Chris Hoffman, the founder of Hoffman Financial Group and host of Money Unleashed right here on 95.5 WSB. Chris, it's a brand new year, and that means it's a great time to get organized and get your financial house in order. So if that's one of your New Year's resolutions, Hoffman Financial Group is here to help with that, aren't we?
Yeah, so we make it simple, right? And it goes back to saving people time. Don't worry about you having to work with us. We work for you. So if you were to reach out to us, we would start with something as simple as the portfolio x-ray. Simple as far as your time that you need to provide us some data points on, but we'll take the hours and we'll apply our expertise to generate a pretty comprehensive look at your financial life. Specifically, your risk profile, the fees in your portfolio, the performance over last year, 3 years, 5 years, the last 10 years. Against benchmarks. We'll also stress test it. Can we go back in time and say what would have happened to your portfolio during the Great Recession or the dot-com bubble that burst or the COVID correction? It'll give you an indication of how much your money is at risk. All of those components mixed into one simple 10 to 14 page report. We'll give you a copy of it. We'll walk you through it. And as I say, I have yet to see one that didn't have 2 or 3 golden nuggets, as I call them, of opportunity for you to contemplate possibly enhancing your financial future moving forward.
Get 2026 started on the right foot with this complimentary offer from Hoffman Financial Group. There's no cost for the portfolio x-ray, and the report is yours to keep. Call 404-737-3858. That's 404-737-3858 and online at unleashyourmoney.com. Investment advisory services offered through Brookstone Wealth Advisors, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Hoffman Financial Group Incorporated, Georgia Insurance License number 163546.
Are the effects of diabetes, prostate cancer, hypertension, or high cholesterol robbing you of your ability to perform in the bedroom? Choice Men's Health can help you eliminate ED and get your bedroom performance back in just one visit. Choice Men's Health offers breakthrough treatments for ED and performance issues in the bedroom to help you regain your confidence and give you back the intimacy with your partner. Call Choice Men's Health right now to make an appointment and find out how you can eliminate ED on the first visit. Popular name brand pills like Viagra and Cialis don't work for everyone and can have serious side effects. Choice Men's Health custom medications work immediately, even if you have a medical history or think you're too old to perform like you used to. Choice Men's Health can help you have a fulfilling sex life again. Call Choice Men's Health today at 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170. Once again, that's 404-400-1170.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Atlanta homeowners, your grades are in. Hi, I'm Deborah Morton of the Agency Atlanta, host of Inside Georgia Real Estate right here on 95.5 WSB. Each Saturday, my show covers Atlanta's residential housing market and all things real estate. I've been thrilled that so many WSB listeners have taken me up on my team's offer of a complimentary home report card. This is a customized analysis on your home, a secret weapon to get more when the time comes to sell. Know your home's strengths and weaknesses, learn how it stacks up against your competition, and the best time to sell. When it's time to move, you'll know how to net more money. Spring selling season has already started, so if you're thinking about putting your home on the market, let me send you the Agency Atlanta's free home report card. It's invaluable information, it's free, and there are no strings attached. Go to InsideGeorgiaRealEstate.com today to connect with us at the Agency Atlanta. That's InsideGeorgiaRealEstate.com.
11:25 on the Mark Arum Show. Congrats to Jim and May Retta. He won a pair of tickets to see Paul Simon at Chastain. Your next chance to win after the news at 11:30. Deborah's got a $150 Spa Sidel gift card to give away right in front of Valentine's Day. I've neglected to mention some breaking news when it comes to politics here in the state of Georgia.
Where is...
Obviously, Marjorie Taylor Greene resigned her seat in the Georgia's 14th Congressional District. Today, President Trump, at 1:31 a.m., might I add, the president was up, and he made an endorsement, Deborah, in that 14th race, quoting President Trump on Truth Social. "It's my great honor to endorse America First patriot Clay Fuller, who is running to represent the wonderful people of Georgia's 14th Congressional District as District Attorney for the Lookout Mountain Judicial Circuit and Air National Guard officer. Clay knows the wisdom and courage required to defend our country, support our brave military veterans, and ensure peace throughout strength." It goes on, but that is big political news. We will talk about that tomorrow on the show with political analyst Bill Crane. So we were wondering, Deborah, how many candidates were there? 13?
At one point, there were 13.
Yeah.
I don't know if some dropped out or more were added. But
So special election and then probably a runoff, but that seat is vacant right now. And I know Speaker Mike Johnson certainly wants that speaker filled. But President Trump has endorsed, quote, America First patriot Clay Fuller to replace Marjorie Taylor Greene in Georgia's 15th. So breaking political news there. Bill Crane will break it down for us tomorrow on the show. All right, 11:26, news, weather, and traffic straight ahead. When we come back, you got that Spa Sidel gift certificate and a special treat. Ashley Lincoln from Channel 2 Action News is going to join us live in studio. Social media is up throughout the broadcast at Mark Arum and at WSB Radio.
Belinda Skelton with my friend Damon to tell his story about his experience with virtual imaging. It's the gold standard in early detection of heart disease and cancer. I've been encouraging listeners to get screened using their EB-CT scan. It can save your life by giving you your calcium score in your arteries, and it can detect cancer at the earliest stages. Damon, tell us your story.
I have an awful family history of both heart disease and cancer. Both parents and grandparents had one or the other. Also, my annual physicals have always been eye-opening with very bad levels of cholesterol and high blood pressure. I heard the free offer from virtual imaging. It was easy. Took 10 minutes. I was nervous, but the score came back 0.
Awesome.
Yeah. What a relief. They say for the most part, with a 0 score, I have very little chance of suffering a heart attack for the next 5 years.
Call Virtual Imaging today for your free heart scan with few minimum requirements. Call now at 770-678-SCAN or visit their website at virtualimagingatl.com.
This is Andy Harris, president at Coosa Valley Credit Union, where we believe in the power of human connection. When you call us, you're not greeted by a machine, but by a real person who's here to listen and assist you. Coosa Valley Credit Union. We're local, we're kind, and we're here for you.
My uncle's Maytag washer lasted over 37 years. His motto, buy once, cry once. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello. When I started A1 Garage Door Service, I thought about my uncle's Maytag. Most garage door springs get about 10,000 cycles for 3 to 5 years. Our Max Life springs last over 100,000 cycles. That's a minimum of 30 years. From repairs to upgrades, call A1 Garage Door Service today or schedule online at a1garage.com.
A1 from day one.
Everyone needs to have at least one person in their corner in life. When you don't, it's an extremely lonely and frightening place to be. But knowing you have that one person gives you peace and hope. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Since 1988, myself and my firm have been in so many corners for so many clients for so many years. We became the largest injury firm in the world for a reason, and it's not even close. We fought like hell for you. We fight the bullies, automobile insurance companies, the makers of unsafe products, medical providers who injured or killed their own patients. It has been such an honor and made my life complete. If you ever need us, it's easy. On your mobile device or computer, visit forthepeople.com, and then we get to work 24/7. Whether you're hurt in a car crash, injured on the job, or have questions about your Social Security, we're here for you. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Morgan & Morgan Atlanta, 191 Peachtree Street, Atlanta, Georgia. Dial pound law. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
It's 11:30. Good morning. I'm Sabrina Cupid. This news sponsored by Rocco's European Garage, your dealership alternative. We do have breaking news this half hour. The man wanted in that shooting at the library in Decatur on Monday. Well, that suspect has now been taken into custody. 44-year-old Amedicus Brown has been booked into the DeKalb County Jail now on charges of aggravated assault with the intent to murder and possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony. He had been on the run. The victim in this case remains in critical condition this morning. The man who was shot was found in the library Monday, taken to the hospital. But again, the suspect wanted in that shooting has now been captured and is behind bars. Well, we're going to have sunshine this afternoon, but it's going to be cool. Afternoon highs only around 43, says WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. She'll have Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast straight ahead. DeKalb County investigators are working to determine the cause of a house fire that left 4 family members dead. The home located on Winthrop Drive near Glenwood Avenue and I-20. Captain Jason Daniels telling us.
We were able to extinguish the flames, and we were able to recover those victims.
And the victims have been identified as 43-year-old Joseph Thomas, 73-year-old Marianne Chambers, 70-year-old John Chambers, and 70-year-old Willie Smith. The public's invited to an event tonight to honor a Gwinnett County police officer killed over the weekend in a shooting at a Stone Mountain hotel and a second officer who is recovering today after being shot in the face in that same attack. The candlelight vigil for Pradeep Tamang and David Reed starts at 7 tonight at Cross Point Church off Satellite Boulevard in Duluth. The suspect in the double shooting is now behind bars after being treated at the hospital. President Trump telling folks this morning at the National Prayer Breakfast that religion is coming back. He cited surging Bible sales. He says religion and prayer are important for America. He called the protesters who disrupted a church service in Minnesota bad people.
And if we allowed that to go on, you wouldn't be able to have a church. No, everybody would be afraid to go to church. And that we are not going to allow, are we, huh?
Now, he says that you cannot have a great country if you don't have religion. He says you have to believe in something. Executive Director of the ACLU of Georgia, Andrea Young, has announced that she's retiring. She's led the organization for 10 years. Says she plans to retire in the spring. An issue involving trailers is prompting the recall of more than 450,000 Chrysler vehicles. Jeff Gilbert has more on the problem with some faulty brake lights.
The trailer lights and brakes on these vehicles can fail, increasing the risk of a crash. No real-world crashes have been reported. This involves several 25 and 26 model year Rams, as well as newer Jeep Cherokees and Wagoneer S's, along with certain Mopar trailer modules. The problem traced to a faulty brake light module.
All right, as we check your money, the Dow down more than a full percent, NASDAQ's down almost a full percent, so is the S&P. It's time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. Alex Williams joining us now from the WSB 24-hour traffic center.
Hey, Sabrina, still cleaning up this crash. They are on 85 southbound heading into Midtown before the ramp to 75 north. Still loading that last car onto a tow truck, so it's keeping you a little slow from Georgia 400. Elsewhere, left lane construction in DeKalb County. I-20 eastbound east of Panola Road, exit number 71. In 85 southbound, the right lanes are bunching up out of Norcross into DeKalb, leaving Jimmy Carter Boulevard, all that, just trying to ramp onto I-285. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Upward. Sunshine returns this afternoon, but staying cool with highs in the low 40s, dropping down to the upper 20s for tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, mostly sunny and a little warmer with a high near 60, but the wind picks back up on Saturday, so despite the sunshine, staying cool with highs in the mid-40s.
37 degrees in Forest Park. It's 36 in Doraville. Decula, you have 37 degrees right now. We'll have more news at noon. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
Don't be late because you crowdsourced your commute with a navigation app.
Heads up crash involving several vehicles.
Depend on us
To make sure you get where you need to be on
Alternates
time.
needed this morning between Buford and Swanee.
Local and dependable traffic 24 hours a day, 7 days a
Some
week.
of the alternates to get you around this include Memorial Drive in East Ponce.
WSB Triple Team
A car has
Traffic.
flipped over 20 westbound.
95.5 WSB. How Atlanta gets there.
Coming up next, Deborah's got a $150 Spa Sidel gift card to give away, plus local victims speaking out about losing thousands in investment scheme. Huge local story. Ashley Lincoln from Channel 2 breaks it down for us next on The Mark Arum Show.
Are your investments in the right accounts? What's best, traditional or Roth? Are you receiving all available tax deductions? Are you paying as little in tax as you can? These are all questions you can't afford to get wrong. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth, and in many cases, it's not what you make, but it's what you keep that makes the real difference. Trajan Wealth and Trajan Tax work closely together exclusively. No more guessing about whether you should do a Roth conversion, or if maxing out your 401k is really the best option. Our nationally recognized fiduciary advisors and CPA team work in tandem to make sure your tax strategy works with your investment strategy. We'll even do your tax preparation. One team, one strategy. Isn't it time for a second opinion? Call Trajan today, 404-208-3300. That's 404-208-3300.
Trajan Wealth, an SEC registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures and accreditation at TrajanWealth.com.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Priority Men's Medical Center restores your love life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To restore your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
Happy 30th anniversary to the great people at Ragsdale Heating and Air. This is Scott Slade. 3 decades keeping families like mine comfortable. And you can stay comfortable this winter with the Ragsdale Free Furnace February offer. When you purchase the new Carrier home comfort system, you'll receive the new furnace for free. And that'll include Ragsdale's own trusted 15-year parts and labor warranty. 11,000 reviews with a 4.9 Google rating mean you can trust Ragsdale for plumbing, electrical, and insulation, too. Online at ragsdaleair.com or call them Ragsdale is the name I know you can trust.
He packed in the animals 2 by 2, ox, a camel, and a kangaroo.
11:37 on this Thursday edition of the Mark Arum Show. Coming up in 30 minutes, right after the new news, I will give you a keyword in the 5K a day bonus splits, another chance to win $1,000 here on 95.5 WSB. Don't have to wait 30 to win, though, Deborah. Another amazing prize pack to give away. What do we have?
A $150 Spa Sadal gift card. You can spoil your loved ones this Valentine's Day with self-care at Spa Sadal, the iconic big burgundy gift certificate, or the e-card available now at spasadal.com.
Folks, Valentine's Day is only 9 days away, so this would go a long way to making your spouse or your significant other really happy. Vinny, let's do the 12th caller to 404-872-0750. Caller number 12 to 404-872-0750 wins a $150 burgundy gift card from Spa Sadal, courtesy of the Mark Arum Show and 95.5 WSB. Joining us live in studio, the wonderfully talented Channel 2 Action News intrepid reporter Ashley Link. Was that a good lead
That
up?
was good. That
yeah,
was good.
You can put that on your resume.
Yes, I can.
Yes.
Intrepid reporter, we'll take it.
So you and I have covered way too many of these stories where people get scammed out of their money. And I remember when this one broke. And what differentiated this scam story from a lot of the others we've covered is who was doing the scamming. You got an update coming up tonight on Channel 2 Action News at 5:45 on this really big local story.
Yeah, really big. And we're talking about a lot of victims. Since our promo air, we're still getting victims calling us saying that they were defrauded by this former Atlanta Hawks assistant coach.
Like, that's the
Yeah.
hook, right? Like,
Yeah.
what?
Crazy.
Yeah.
And former NBA player, too. So victims say he uses that, to lure people in, allegedly.
You have that credibility of, NBA, credentials to do that.
Mhm.
How many victims are we talking about? How much money lost? Do we have any idea?
Yeah, we are talking over 2 million at the very least of what we've counted by the victims we've been in touch with. At least 20 victims so far that I personally connected to and talked to. A lot of them either invested within his company or gave him loans. And some say they've received nothing. Some say they've only received $30,000 of a $1 million loan that they gave this person.
Now, do I have to say alleged scam, or is this indeed a confirmed scam?
We can't say confirm in some
Okay.
cases, because in some cases he was awarded to pay these individuals back. But those lawsuits were filed on breach of contract. So the caveat here is that he has not been charged criminally for
Gotcha.
fraud.
Okay.
Because in the state of Georgia, you have to prove intent. And that is where these victims are asking, why hasn't he not been charged criminally? Because they have to prove that he intended
Sure.
to not pay them back.
Ashley, what was the timeline on this alleged scam?
We have victims dating back to 2017.
So not, this is a long,
Very
there's a
long
history
time,
there.
a history.
Is there a concern of statute of limitations or anything like that? If you got allegedly scammed in 2017, that you might be SOL?
Yeah, not necessarily. It all comes down to breach of contract. A lot of the victims that we've talked to, what they've done is they've taken their contracts and they filed civil suits under the breach of contract clause. And that's how they are able to get him into court, saying he violated the conditions that they agreed to in these contracts.
Have you had a chance to talk to the suspected scamsters?
We did. We spoke with him, and, he kept saying, if they have an issue, take me to court. He says he's not scamming anybody. He says, hey, these are just bad investments. Regarding the loans, he just claims, well, I fell on hard times. I can't pay them back fully. I paid them back something. So because I paid them back a small amount, then that means I'm not frauding them. But hey, if they have an issue, take me to court.
Just in case your husband's listening, this is not Derek Rose we're talking about.
No, it's not.
Of the Chicago Bulls.
That
It's
would
not-
break his heart.
Yeah, it's not Derek Rose. All right,
It is not.
5:45 p.m. If by chance there's a listener right now that was wrapped up and involved in this and hasn't come forward, contact you, contact local authorities. What do they do?
Yes, contact us. And also, you can contact police, but more than likely, they're going to tell you this is a civil matter. So contact us, and we could tell you the proper channels you can go to try to get some recourse here with some state agencies.
5:45 p.m. this evening on Channel 2 Action News. Ashley, so good to see
Yes, you too,
Thanks for
always.
coming in.
Always.
Yeah. Real quick, not anything related to this, but did I miss the sweeps breakfast, or was there not a sweeps breakfast?
There was not because of all the winter weather. So you did not
Blame
miss
it
it
on the
this
weather.
year.
Okay,
Be
good.
blaming it on the weather this
I was
year.
I was gonna take Mike Shields to task and be
Yes,
like,
no, the ice storm and winter weather canceled out our wonderful February sweeps breakfast.
yeah. I was like, did I get shorted here?
No.
Ashley, great to see you. Thanks so much, my friend. This just popped. Big international story. Little progress has been made in the Ukraine-Russia talks, but they did accomplish one thing. BBC's Sue Montgomery has details.
2 days of talks between Ukraine, Russia and the US aimed at ending Moscow's war on its neighbour have ended with the exchange of more POWs. 314 captured soldiers have been swapped. President Zelensky of Ukraine said there would be more talks soon.
Relatedly, we talked earlier in the program about the end of that nuclear treaty. It ended today between the Russians and the United States. Well, there was an agreement reached today between those two world superpowers to reestablish, after a 4-year absence, high-level military-to-military dialogue. Channel of communications was cut after Russia invaded Ukraine. More from former CBS News Moscow bureau chief and friend of the show, Beth Noble.
The U.S. military says the aim of reopening the channel now is to avoid miscalculation and escalation by either side. This seems to me like another step by the Trump administration to try to create better relations with Russia, but it comes just as the first major nuclear arms control treaty signed back in 1972 has ended without being renewed.
Yeah, so I should clarify there that START treaty agreement didn't come in, but, as that ended today, there is now high-level military-to-military dialogue set up between between the Kremlin and the White House, which is good. I do want to update that START treaty. Willie James Inman in the White House.
The White House official saying that President Trump will decide the timeline of how all of this will play out in terms of consideration of those strategic nuclear weapons and how they're deployed and the numbers that both Russia and the United States maintain.
There you go. I want to listen. If we're going to do a new START treaty, we got to get the Chinese involved. China is, to me, a more worrisome holder of nuclear weapons because we just don't know what's going on there. I don't know how many assets we have in China, intelligence assets, to get us straightened out. All right, Deborah and I were talking about this during one of the commercial breaks. A piece of our childhood is going away for good. And it's something that you and I haven't had in decades, but we're sad that this product is going to be pulled off the market, Deborah.
Yeah, Minute Maid frozen orange juice no longer available after April. So, I haven't made it since I lived at home, but my mom always had it.
We grew up on it.
I'm pretty sure my brother and I used to make popsicles out of it, if I'm remembering correctly. But I do remember I used to love frozen orange juice.
It was a thing, and we never had fresh squeezed or the cartons of orange juice. Growing up, we had frozen orange juice, and I remember my mom taking it out and jumping the thing into the pitcher and then adding water and stirring it up. Not like the lady in Vacation who was stirring the Kool-Aid with her hand. My mom would not do that. But that was the breakfast of our orange juice, was a frozen orange juice thing. I guess, so that was the, early 80s. And it was maybe we couldn't get fresh oranges or orange juice.
Clearly I grew up in a place where there was no citrus
grown.
Yes,
exactly.
And I think it was before the bottled stuff was really mainstream. Did you ever watch Foods of America?
Oh, yeah.
They did a whole thing on frozen orange juice once.
Yeah. Again, I haven't had it since childhood, but it's kind of sad. I just found out that Tang is still a thing.
Yeah, you can still get Tang.
I had no idea.
Yeah, Tang, Quick, frozen orange juice. I haven't had any of that stuff.
So Tang has lived longer than frozen orange juice.
I wonder if Vinny knows what Tang is.
Any idea what Tang is, Vin? T-A-N-G?
Other than like the flavoring of something?
Yeah, it's a product. Tang, T-A-N-G. Astronauts love it. Never heard of it? Yeah, how is Tang still a thing? You can get it on Amazon. That's pretty nuts to me. Hey, congrats to Kathleen from Atlanta. She won a $150 gift card from Spa Sidel. Perfect Valentine's Day gift. Congrats, Kathleen. Enjoy it. Keep it for yourself. Give it to someone. But that is very, very cool. Your next chance to win $1,000 in the 5K Day Bonus Splits coming up in just a little bit, right after the new news. Before Eric Erickson, I will give you a keyword in the Blitz. You enter that keyword into the WSB Radio app or online at WSBradio.com/cash. And just like that, you can win $1,000. 11:46 on the program. Let's check the ride around town. Live with the latest, Alex Williams.
Hey, Mark, still watching the construction zone into Cab. Left lane block 20 eastbound just past Panola Road, exit number 71. The West Freeway 20 eastbound. The right lanes are slow with that emerging madness between Fulton Industrial Boulevard and 285, the west side perimeter. And in Stockbridge, a few brake lights will find you on 75 southbound. That's only between 675 and Hudson Bridge Road, exit 224. After that, it's off to the races down into McDonough. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
I'm Chris Chandler. When you join us Friday starting at 5 a.m. for Atlanta's Morning News, how's it looking in the weekend forecast? We'll help you plan. And why Clark Howard says pizza is a great deal right now. Join us on 95.5 WSB.
Belinda Skelton with my friend Damon to tell his story about his experience with virtual imaging. It's the gold standard in early detection of heart disease and cancer. I've been encouraging listeners to get screened using their EB-CT scan. It can save your life by giving you your calcium score in your arteries, and it can detect cancer at the earliest stages. Damon, tell us your story.
I have an awful family history of both heart disease and cancer. Both parents and grandparents had one or the other. Also, my annual physicals have always been eye-opening with very bad levels of cholesterol and high blood pressure. I heard the free offer from virtual imaging. It was easy. Took 10 minutes. I was nervous, but the score came back 0.
Awesome.
Yeah. What a relief. They say for the most part, with a 0 score, I have very little chance of suffering a heart attack for the next 5 years.
Call Virtual Imaging today for your free heart scan with few minimum requirements. Call now at 770-678-SCAN or visit their website at virtualimagingatl.com.
I'm Channel 2's Lori Wilson.
I'm Fred Blankenship. Channel 2 Action News this morning is the best place to be for breaking news.
So much is happening, and we're on it. Our reporters are the first to know in your community, bringing you fresh information, the best video.
We know you depend on us. It's why we're everywhere live to prepare you for the day ahead.
In the morning, see what's new.
Don't miss a day. Join us. Channel 2 Action News this morning, 4:30 to 7.
Elevate your sleep experience with an adjustable bed and make everyday activities like reading, watching TV, and working in bed more comfortable. At the Original Mattress Factory, we know not all adjustable beds are created equal. You want one that has the features you actually need, like anti-snore and zero-gravity positions. We offer high-quality adjustable bases paired with a hand-built mattress, all at a factory direct value. And we have product in stock and ready when you are. Visit an OMF location to elevate your sleep experience today.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply or price stopped. Opt out.
Mom, can we get snacks? Unless chips are on sale for $3.99, we're in a snack drought, buddy.
Hey, remember Current? They can get us up to $750 before payday once we qualify.
Wait, $750 of our money now?
Yep, and they're even offering an extra $75 sign-up bonus right now. Set up an eligible payroll deposit and see if we qualify for an advance. No hassle, no credit checks.
Gummy worms, here we come.
Current has your back with up to $750 in paycheck advances once you qualify. And right now, get an extra $75 bonus when you set up an eligible payroll deposit. Join the millions who count on Current when it matters most. Text LOUD to 323232 now. That's LOUD to 323232. LOUD to 323232.
Paycheck advance is offered by FineCo Advance LLC, a financial technology company, not an FDIC-insured bank. Eligibility and available amounts may vary and are subject to change at any time. For full terms and conditions, visit current.com/radio or call 1-888-851-3177 for more information.
Hi, I'm Nicole Beck, Customer Relations Manager at Butler Lexus of South Atlanta. We don't complete transactions, we build relationships. I invite you to come to our store and see exactly what I mean. Experience amazing at Butler Lexus, South Atlanta, 800 New Lexus.
Looking for something this weekend? Head to Lakewood 400 Market, where shopping feels like an adventure. Shop over 500 booths packed with home decor, fashion, art, collectibles, and one-of-a-kind finds. Grab a bite, bring a dog, make a day of it. Lakewood 400 Market. Discover something you didn't know you were looking for.
Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck, and I love what I do.
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment, coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax, they know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
All right, if you find yourself, you're one of those people trapped in those horrible timeshares, and it's almost and feels almost impossible to get out of this. Now, that is why the only timeshare exit company that I endorse, they've been with us over a decade. I love this family-owned business, is LoneStarTransfer.com. They treat you with respect. They tell you the truth. They create a customized exit plan for your specific situation. And then lastly, their team will execute it all start to finish with professionalism, and they guarantee results. No more stress. You get peace of mind. Call my friends at Lone Star Transfer today. Now, call now. It's 833-594-0075 and get your free case review. That's 833-594-0075, or check them out on the web at LoneStarTransfer.com. Tell them your friend Sean Hannity sent you.
If we make it that far, the kids and I are in danger.
That's Laura Linney in Ozark, which was filmed here in Atlanta. Miss Linney turned 62 today. One of the most underrated actresses of our generation. She played, what was that movie? She was Clint Eastwood's daughter. That was really good. I love Laura Linney. I think she's phenomenal. And she does the intro for the BBC's Masterpiece Theater.
Oh, yeah, Masterpiece Theater, yeah.
Anyway, Laura Linney, if you're still here, Ozark's done. Yeah, but maybe she's still listening. Happy birthday, Laura Linney. You are a fan favorite here in Metro Atlanta. This isn't good. According to data, Americans are facing higher utility bills right now. Is that just because of the polar vortex, Deborah?
This is actually across the country, and now the South seems to be hit the hardest, but they're saying about 56 million Americans are going to see higher utility bills this year. And part of this comes from an agreement that was made to increase these because you do have fuel prices that keep going up and down. They're trying to replace any old infrastructure and, of course, just damage overall that has happened from past storms to repair everything. So we're getting hit with an increase and trying to fix everything.
Everything's so expensive. Even mixed vegetable trays for your Super Bowl parties. But chicken wings are cheaper because chickens are healthier now this year. Hadn't even really touched upon Minneapolis, Minnesota. But yesterday, as we told you on the show, Border Czar Tom Homan said he's reduced the number of federal immigration agents in the Twin City. But the city's now facing another issue, a wave of resignations by U.S. attorneys in Minnesota. Omar Villafranca from CBS has more on federal employees leaving.
4 federal prosecutors who led a $250 million fraud case have resigned from the U.S. Attorney's Office in Minneapolis, part of a wave of departures that has slashed the district's staff. Sources say the office now has as few as 17 assistant U.S. attorneys, down sharply from 70 during the Biden administration. The resignations in part over the massive federal immigration enforcement crackdown and clashes with protesters in the state. Among these departures, Julie Lee, an ICE attorney who moved to the Minnesota U.S. Attorney's Office in January to help it respond to what she called a tidal wave of civil filings from detainees. According to a court transcript, Lee told a judge during a hearing in St. Paul her job sucks and asked to be held in contempt so she could get 24 hours of sleep. Lee had picked up 88 immigration cases in a month. Wow. She went on to say, according to a court transcript, "What do you want me to do? The system sucks. This job sucks. And I'm trying every breath that I have so that I can get what you need."
Can you imagine from 70 attorneys in the office to 17? And the attorney's like, "Please hold me in contempt of court so I can get a night's sleep." It was like Joe Pesci in My Cousin Vinny, where he slept good in the jail. That's crazy. Imagine at your office, you went from 70 employees to 17. How much money how much work you'd have to do. That's crazy. All right, now you know because of the Mark Arum Show.
The FBI submitted a sealed affidavit arguing, it seems, that there was probable cause that a crime occurred. The warrant itself, which has become public, points to possible violations of 2 federal laws.
ABC's Stephen Portnoy joined us from the nation's capital on the Fulton County pushback on the legal system about that now infamous FBI raid. Now you know.
There's a broader sell-off across different asset class, and that's affecting crypto as well. If you just look at gold and silver, which are also retreating from recent highs, the main problem with crypto specific, there is a crisis of faith.
That's Muyai Chen. She's from Bloomberg News on the precipitous fall of all of the cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin. Now you know.
Many Democrats say they don't want the agency to get another dime unless certain reforms are made. Republicans, for their part, are open to some of Democrats' ideas. Now, both sides have to give a little, and so it's really a question of whether or not Democrats are going to give here, and Republicans, for that matter.
Nicole Killian from CBS reporting live on Capitol Hill about the fighting over the DHS funding. And now you know.
I believe there are only 2 kinds of airline bags, carry-on and lost.
Peter Greenberg says, unless you're flying international, don't check a bag. Just go carry on.
And now, are you guys ready for the Mark Arum star of the show?
Goodness gracious. Honorable mentions to all those guests. Peter Greenberg, Miao Se Chun, Nicole Killian, Ashley Lincoln from Channel 2 joined us in studio. I'm going to give myself one. What was that face for?
I don't know. For what?
For the J.G. Wentworth thing.
For knowing pop culture?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to. No, you don't think?
It's your show. You can do whatever you want.
Sell me? No, I don't have time for you to sell me. I think this is my first this year. Deborah says no, but anyway. Don't go anywhere. 5K Day bonus splits keyword coming up in moments. Social media is active throughout the day at Mark Arum. Stay safe. Have a great Thursday, Atlanta.
WSB Atlanta, WSB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
WSB consumer expert Clark Howard, sponsored by Ragsdale Heating, Air, Plumbing, and Electrical.
There are more tools out there that let you, as a home buyer, avoid hiring a buyer's agent. And all people are thinking about is, I'm not having to pay for somebody to represent you. Is this a good idea? I don't think so. You're looking at the little money instead of the big money, particularly if you're a first-time home buyer. There's so much you don't know. And an experienced buyer's agent, even though they're going to cost you money, in my opinion, is worth it.
At All Care Georgia, we recognize that maintaining a healthy weight isn't just about how you look. It's also about feeling good and improving overall health. That's why our physicians and weight loss specialists offer comprehensive weight management plans customized for you. At All Care, we can assist with lifestyle modifications, provide nutritional counseling, and, if clinically appropriate, prescribe weight loss medications like GLP-1s as part of a medically supervised program. Learn more at allcare-ga.weight.